Black AO naturally way. Is he hurt the origin, not you, why should I want to solve? Cloud dance for a while. She knew Black proud is this temper. Moreover, he has always had a great opinion on Long Qingxia. This time, he will take medicine for Long Qingxia to make up for his soul problem, mostly because Long Qingxia has solved the problem of Snow Devil Wolf. However, for Hayo he doesn't need to help Long Qingxia anymore. Cloud dance helpless, had to say, Black proud, medicine as I give him, I always want to be responsible for this matter. He doesn't have a brain of his own. What's your responsibility? Do you want to pay for his life next time he kills himself with the weapon you gave him? Black proud mouth always poison, Cloud dance rub forehead. Hayo, if he dies, I will lose a great help from the outside world. Do you understand? Black proud shut mouth after a few breath, suddenly to Cloud dance way. I can't appear to you, it's useless, isn't it? Cloud dance don't know how Black AO will think of things there, but now calculate her to others, also can only follow the Black AO topic. You've helped me a lot, the witch family's holy fire and the cannibal snake. Which time didn't you save my life? Black proud expression eased a bit, finally unwilling to give Cloud dance solution. His cultivation today is different from that of ordinary people. He can't recover in ordinary ways. If you want to help him, maybe you can find the blood of Warcraft above level 7 and do a bloodbath for him. But I don't guarantee it. Smell speech, Cloud dance a depressed. However, there is a way better than no way, just, Cloud dance think of the Snow Devil Wolf, suddenly big head. 5th Order Warcraft? Black AO's scarlet eyes suddenly looked at her and said, if you can't find level 5 Warcraft, you can also find someone, but you need to be more powerful than a warrior. If you can get higher, it's better. Yunwu's face is about to be the same color as Hayo's. Samurai, even more powerful than samurai? With her strength at the top of the 7th level and her strength at the beginning of the 9th level, I'm afraid it's the limit. It seems almost impossible to defeat a warrior or more. However, if it is necessary to save him, she may not hesitate. But now it seems that his condition does not really need to be abnormal to the point where human blood is needed. Maybe we can try animal blood first. Black proud see Cloud dance complexion tangled. It is oneself mood is much better. If you know all the methods, go and find a way. As soon as he turned the palm of his hand, the thread-bound book appeared again, turning the page to the part he had read before. Cloud dance see Black arrogance calm spirit idle appearance, also understand that he is not happy, she wants to save the dragon poor evil, will have such an attitude. Fortunately, this guy is in the hall. If he is also outside, I don't know if he will make a fuss. Withdraw from the chaos hall, Yunwu slowly opens her eyes, a very light purple flash in her eyes. The posture of leaning against the tree for a long time made Yunwu feel uncomfortable. She moved her muscles and bones and got up to go to the camp. Lao Hu and others saw that she walked straight towards them, and they felt a little bit drummed in their hearts. In the end, the Coco people are timid. No matter how educated, they all remember that Yunwu told her that they would be friends and take the initiative to ask Yunwu questions. Brother 5, what happened to you and Brother 4? It's nothing. He's not well and he's not obedient, so I reprimanded him. The Cloud dance remembers the movement that she scolds the dragon to poor evil before, on the face rare flit over a trace of awkwardness. But that's all. Coco said simply, my father is a little annoyed when he is sick. Brother 5, please bear with me. Xiao Wu, what can we do for you? Lao Hu laughed at the people beside him and interrupted Coco. Yes, tell me the general trend range of Warcraft around here. I want the most detailed information, including Warcraft level, species and strength ranking in the same level. Lao Hu was surprised and asked, Xiao Wu, what do you want to do with those Warcraft? Practice hand, turn back to pick a Snow Devil Wolf skin, and make a cape for Coco. Coco's eyes are bent up with laughter. Snow Devil Wolf's fur is like snow. In fact, she likes it very much. Just because of the terrible strength of Snow Devil Wolf, I dare not say it all the time. Lao Hu's forehead was sweating. He advised, Xiao Wu, don't mess with me. Long Si is injured now. You can't have any more accidents. When Yunwu asked Lao Hu to give her a map, Long Qingxia came out of the tent. his face was the same as that of the young hunter when he changed face, which covered up his original beautiful face. Lao Hu, Xiao Wu wants a map. You can prepare one. I'll go with Xiao Wu. Lao Hu is very proud of the dragon. Well, I'll let someone prepare. Dragon 4, is your body really okay? Nothing. Before Lao Hu went to find the map, he carefully looked at Long Qingxie for a long time to make sure that there was nothing wrong with him. Then he felt relieved to find someone to make the map. Long Qingxie took Yunwu and sat down in front of the big tree next to the camp. He walked calmly and couldn't find any abnormality. Little thing, what are you looking at? Cloud Dance found that this time's change of appearance, Long Qingxie seems to have done something. Before the appearance of Irong can let people see his face, but now, that face is too ruddy to be more healthy, and it can't be seen that he was seriously injured before, so he was about to die. If you look at it like this, you can't see the feeling of injury at all. Who said, Wei Fu is very weak now. Long Qingxie reaches out and hugs Yunwu's shoulder, and sticks to her at this good time. Yunwu struggled uneasily for a while, but after he found that Long Qingxie had pasted him and his temperature was abnormally low, he didn't really slap him away. By the way, little thing, what do you want to do with level 5 Warcraft? Cloud Dance's eyelid moved for a while, in the heart immediately had to reply. I have seen in ancient books that people who hurt their soul and origin at the same time can try to repair their wounds by soaking them in the blood of Warcraft above level 5. Long Qingxie doesn't believe it, nor does he believe it. He just looks at the clouds with his lips. By his deep black eyes so staring, Cloud Dance always feel, Dragon Qing evil seems to see what. If you don't believe it, you cannot do it. Cloud Dance in the heart still has a bit of confidence. No matter be Chaos Temple or Black Proud, is not easy to let a person see the bottom card. Even if it's Dragon, I'm afraid it doesn't have that ability. If you try it, you won't die. You dare to take the medicine of this little thing. Are you afraid of anything else? In fact, before for her, he had used animal blood for her many times, but Yunwu didn't know it. Cloud Dance white he one eye way, early know you so love to take medicine, I should simply give you some other medicine, directly poison dumb you, let you this mouth can no longer nonsense. Dragon Qing Xie pulled a long tone, a sound, as if he had found something extraordinary. He was very happy to hold Yunwu, looked down to her and asked, Little thing, you just want to make Wei Fu dumb now, don't want to kill Wei Fu anymore? Yunwu was a little surprised. Then she remembered that she seemed to be more and more tolerant of Dragon's evil. This is not a good phenomenon. Now you are like this, I still threaten you with killing you? Just do it. Although she was worried about him, who knew what he would do to make her jump with anger because of the dragon's ability to push her nose and face. The dragon poured evil like true or false and hid his face and said, Hey, you little thing, you really hurt my husband. If Yunwu wanted to say anything else, he found that in the camp not far away, almost everyone was watching them. With her eyes after the relative, the group of people together with the twist of the beginning, began a lively conversation. Cloud Dance suddenly blushes and pushes the dragon away. Be serious with me. However, she forgot the current situation of Long Qingxie. With such a push, she pushed Long Qingxie backward and bumped into the hard tree trunk. Hiss! Long Qingxie covered the back of his brain in pain. He hated the situation that his hands were powerless. Little thing, do you really do it? Yunwu wants to check it, but he thinks it's too sentimental and unaccustomed. How do I know you are so useless now? You can't even push it. Cloud Dance this knife mends, is in the dragon to poor evil heart nest that piece of soft meat. For a strong person, what else is more useless than others, especially those who have always needed to make complaints about themselves? At least, for the dragon at this time, there is no more. And Cloud Dance, it seems that also aware of their own words seems to be a little too much. You'd better have a rest in the camp first. I'll go and be back soon. With that, Yunwu wanted to find Laohu. Long Qingxie catches her and rarely sits upright once. He says to Yunwu seriously, Are you going to leave Wei Fu alone in the camp? If they know what I'm doing, are you sure that will keep me safe? When he said this, Yunwu thought it was not appropriate to leave the dragon alone. Even if the people in the camp dare not move him, but in case the Shangguan comes back to find them. It's hard to ensure that he won't be seen by the superior. It's not clear whether this man is an enemy or a friend. If he wants to attack the dragon, things will be terrible. However, the Warcraft forest is full of danger. You follow me, the situation is not so good. Dragon Qingxie is very arrogant smile. That pair of black eyes is full of endless charm, heartbroken. Little thing, what's the point of living if I can't even help a few animals? You can rest assured that my husband will not delay you. Yunwu thought for a long time and finally said, okay, then you can go with me. Make such a decision, Cloud Dance will not say anything. At least, with her there, she would make sure he was safe. As soon as they reached an agreement, the sound of horses' hooves came from a distance rhythmically. Long Qingxie narrowed his eyes and looked at it, as if there were stars in his eyes, with a sharp edge like a sword blade. Shangguan rode in the front of the team, but Ling Yan followed him behind, as if he had become his bodyguard. Shangguan rode to Yunwu and Long Qingxie. He didn't dismount. He just sat on the horse and talked to them. The situation of Nanganji is not very good. Aren't you two ready to fight yet? Long Qingxie asked him, don't you promise that you can be responsible for Nanganji's poison? Why do you want someone else to do it now? Shangguan opened his mouth to refute, but he was cut off by Long Qingxie. What's more, our brothers just came to look for the 5 poison stone. When will we have to detoxify Nanganji? Ling Yan looks at Long Qingxie's attitude that he doesn't care whether Nangong Yi is alive or dead. He is angry and his eyes are fierce. Dragon 4, you have a way to save my son, but you just don't save him. Do you want to be the enemy of Nangong family? Ling Yan rode forward, holding the reins almost into the flesh and blood of the palm. Long Qingxie glanced at him lazily and asked, who stipulated that people in your Nangong family must be saved? He is not happy because of Nan Miyi's affairs in Japan these days. The guy who wants to die is still talking nonsense. If it wasn't for the fact that the body was still recovering, Long Qingxie really wanted to pull Ling Yan's tongue to make it quiet. Shangguan stops Ling Yan who wants to fight and turns to Yunwu who is watching the play. Xiaowu, if you don't plan to save Nangong Yi, you won't stay here. Now Nangong Yi is poisoned. Don't you plan to do it? I don't know what to do. I'm not a doctor. Cloud Dance's vigilant eyes looked at Shangguan, and he was more defensive. Shangguan's attitude towards Yunwu had been expected for a long time. His eyes, which were exposed outside the mask, bent up and were obviously laughing. What kind of people are you? I know very well. Although your people have not been born for many years, their ability to cure diseases and save people depends on their natural abilities? What kind of people? Yunwu's eyes sank. She always guessed that Shangguan saw that Yunwu was carrying 5 poison stones. Unexpectedly, he saw the identity of the descendants of Yunwu's which clan? This is definitely the biggest threat to her. Shangguan saw Cloud Dance changed his expression and said, don't worry, I'm not interested in your blood. What's more, if you can save Nangong Yi, you can also save my friend. I'll ask for you at that time. If you ask for help, others may not agree. Long Qingxie gets up and takes Yunwu behind him. Although he looks up at Shangguan sitting on the horse, his momentum can actually suppress Shangguan. Shangguan rolled his eyes and said, it's Xiao Wu who decides whether to agree or not you. Although Yunwu's heart is a little bit murderous, it gives Yunwu a little hope. She subconsciously holds the necklace on her neck through her clothes. This Shangguan can see that she is the blood of the witch family. Maybe she can find a way to untie the seal of Bai Lao. Thinking of this, Yunwu resolutely said, okay, I'll go with you to see the situation of Nanganji. But I can't guarantee that I can save him. Long Qingxie frowned, but after looking at Yunwu, he still pressed down the words of opposition. He could see what the purpose of Cloud Dance was for Shangguan, and it was very important for Cloud Dance. Ling Yan took a man to lead a horse. Yunwu added, 2 beasts and horses, Dragon 4, come with me. Hearing this, Ling Yan looked back at the dragon with a twitch of her cheek muscle, but she still swallowed it. Shangguan sat on the horse laughing and clapping his hands and said, I haven't seen your family's ability to save people. I can finally broaden my horizons. Yunwu didn't answer. Although she is the blood of the witches and has the holy fire in her body, she didn't learn any skills of the witches. In contrast, it is the Queen Shuelyo, who still has many sorcery skills in her hand. Don't hold too much hope. Maybe Nangong Yi's life is not good? Long Qingxie is holding Cloud Dance. In fact, it is mainly relying on Cloud Dance to support his weight. Shangguan's right hand was empty and he put it on his mouth and coughed. I say you should be virtuous and curse others to death all day long, and now you are punished? Cloud Dance nerve tight, look up the officer's eyes more alert. Even Dragon Qing Evil, also staring at Shangguan can't move the line of sight, that eyes, hidden boundless kill. This Shangguan looks really dangerous. He can see Yunwu's identity at a glance, and he also points out that Long Qingxie is in bad health now. Cloud Dance can't help asking, who are you? Guess what? There were 2 chuckles in Shangguan's mouth covered by his mask. The chuckles were a bit naughty, but they seemed to be naive only as a child. Long Qingxie looked at Shangguan for a long time with bad eyes. As soon as his eyelids pulled out, some news flashed in his mind. Your eyes are really easy to use. No wonder so many people pay a lot of money to buy them. As soon as Long Qingxie said this, Shangguan seemed to be frightened. He shook his horse and almost fell off his horse. How do you know us? There was panic and fear in Shangguan's eyes. Yunwu could see that he even left immediately after a word of disagreement. This is totally inconsistent with the ruffian arrogance that Shangguan has always shown. Long Qingxie said lazily, it doesn't matter how I know. What's more, I'm very interested in your eyes. Sheng Wanqiang straightened his back and snorted, which made him a little aggressive. Your body is nothing but useless. What can you do for me? I advise you not to be quick for a moment, otherwise, I can destroy your danger. First Dragon Qing Evil smell speech hang on Cloud Dance body to smile a voice. That laughter even Cloud Dance listened to all feel a little harsh. Since you have such eyes, can't you see if you can kill me? Yunwu listens to the conversation between the two and looks at Shangguan's ordinary eyes. What's so special about these eyes? When Lingyan brought his horse back, he saw that the atmosphere among Yunwu, Longqingxi and Shangguan was strange, and it was ready to explode. What's the matter with you? It's okay. I'll go back first. Shangguan shuddered violently on the horse and drove his horse to go alone. Lingyan's suspicious eyes turned to Yunwu and Longqingxi, because his previous failure to save him makes him have no trust in them. Cloud Dance is also looking at the dragon, he and Shangguan in the end what riddle. When it comes to eyes, Shangguan is scared like that. It looks like a ghost wants to kill him. However, Long Qingxie didn't explain the idea for them. He got on a beast horse and sat on the horse and stretched out his hand to Yunwu. Let's go. Isn't Nangongji still waiting? Yunwu didn't want to ride with him, but he saw the sweat on the forehead of Longqingxi and finally sat in front of Longqingxi in the stirrup. After starting, Cloud Dance whispered, if you can't hold it, hold me, don't move your hands, or I'll throw you down directly. Long Qingxie, who was sitting behind her, was laughing in his throat, holding the reins in one hand and the flexible waist of Yunwu in the other. The people behind are more and more close, but they can hardly feel the heat that once embarrassed Yunwu. Cloud Dance, looking at the road ahead, did not look back, just wring eyebrows to ask. Why is your temperature so low? Dragon Qing Evil whole person and Cloud Dance stick together, in her ear low voice way, small thing, contented, if changed other people already died. Cloud Dance scolded, don't talk nonsense. Behind her, Long Qingxie's mouth turned up with a smile, which seemed to be helpful for her caring attitude. Shangguan has long been gone. Lingyan looks at the intimacy of the two of them and simply turns his head. It's clear that he can't see them. When they arrive at the residence of Nangong Yi, the guard comes to report to Lingyan. Shangguan said he was going to take people to catch poisons. He has already left. Lingyan frowned and looked back at Long Qingxie. He pressed his anger and asked, what's going on? Long Qingxie doesn't hang on Yunwu like a bone. Lingyan's question is not painful to him. I'm not familiar with Shangguan. What do you want me to do? Yu Ling in a stomach fire has no place to send, and think of still in a coma of South Palace E, have to force to endure, You first with I go in to have a look, child. After the narrow courtyard, Lingen opens the door and Yunwoo finds that the last bad smell is gone. It's mostly because of Nangonji's poisonous hair that the bodyguards took the initiative to remove the poisons. Now it is replaced by a good smell of sandalwood, which tastes elegant and quiet and makes people very comfortable. Long Qingxie doesn't know any exquisite medical skills. He just follows Yunwoo to see her feel the pulse for Nangonji. The cloud dance once again probes into the pulse gate of the South Palace in the heart secretly away as expected. There is no pulse. Just as the clouds frown and worry about how to start, the voice of Black Pride comes from Chaos Hall. Let's poison the blood first, delay the time of his poison. The blood is mixed with hot water and fed to the poison. To feed the poison? Is it? The more toxic it is, the easier it is to perceive the 5 poison stone. Cloud Dance finished the Heart and Black Proud dialogue, side head to Ling in command way. You go to prepare a basin of hot water, to just boil. Okay, anything else? No need. Ling in immediately went out to boil water for Yunwoo. As long as Yunwoo is willing to do something, it means that their young master is still saved. What he is afraid of is that Yunwoo will not let him prepare for anything, saying that he can't help him. In the room, Yunwoo takes out the silver needle and stabs it into several big acupoints around Nangonji. The skin under the acupoints becomes red and swollen gradually. Long Qingxie's eyes looked as if the silver needles had some attraction, and the black and red blood kept gathering towards the location of the silver needles. By the time Lingen came back, Nangong Yi's shoulders, arms, wrists, and the center of his chest and abdomen had already puffed up one blood bubble after another. Here, Xiao Wu, what's going on? Lingen is startled to ask. The heart is startled. The water basin in the hand is almost all smashed by him. That blood bubble is very full. Lingen sees in the past, feel as if the black and red blood inside all want to prop up to break that thin to shining epidermis, burst to splash out general. Cloud Dance saw the Ling and of exclamation voice one eyebrow tiny wrinkly, however, but still low mouth. Put the water by the bed and don't yell when you see anything. Lingen swallows saliva and looks at Nangong Yi on the bed uneasily. But when I saw the black and red blood in those blood bubbles that looked like poisonous blood, I had nothing else to say. Seeing that Lingen was honest, Yunwoo took out a dagger from the space bracelet, grabbed Nangong Yi's arm outside the bed, and cut the blood bubbles on his wrist, arm and shoulder. Well. Nangong Yi in a coma sends out a pain to sing. On the face of white gauze, faintly see his that wrinkly brow. Lingen watched the black blood spatter out and fall into the basin. A strange scene appeared. Originally, it was just a steaming basin. After the black blood splashed in, it was bubbling again. Ling An's eyes were straight, and she was surprised. When the poisonous blood flows out about 1/3, Yunwoo immediately bandages Nangong Yi's wound, and then sends a message to Lingen. Help me move him and let him lie on his side. Because of the wound on Nangong Yi's right arm, Lingen finally climbs to the bed and tries to support Nangong Yi to prevent him from suffering from the wound. Yunwoo has no opinion about it, as long as it doesn't delay her business. Later, Yunwoo cleanly cuts the rest of Nangong Yi's blood bubbles, and the black blood flows into the water basin, which is boiling. Lingen looked at the poisonous blood only to flow out some, directly began to bandage the Cloud Dance, hesitated repeatedly or frowned and asked, Xiao Wu, don't you need to squeeze the poisonous blood clean? Squeeze it clean. Cloud Dance took a look at Lingen, drew back his eyes, continued his action, and said, if you want him to die, you can squeeze his poisonous blood clean, but if the blood dries, he will die. Lingen's smell speech, the facial expression is tiny change. You mean, you just didn't detoxify for child? Yunwoo didn't answer him immediately. Instead, he tied the last bandage and explored Nangonji's pulse again. He found that there was no pulse at all. But to observe his heartbeat and breathing, you can find that the situation is a little better than just now. Just looked up at Lingen and said, if his poison is so easy to solve, do you think, why do you and Shangguan go all out to look for the 5 poison stone when you come here? Is it because you are full? Yunwoo took a towel and wiped his hands. He took out a small medicine bottle from the space bracelet and spilled the powder inside. The boiling liquid cools rapidly, solidifies, and finally forms a dark crystal. Take this to feed the captured poisons. According to the habit of the 5 poison stone, the more poisonous it is, the easier it is to find it. Ling in hears speech, although in the heart understand, but still not at ease of saw South Palace. Although, under the white gauze, he can't see Nangong Yi's face clearly, but his frown seems to be flattened. He's a little relieved, and he's going to talk to other bodyguards with the basin. However, when Lingyan went out, Yunwu reminded him, "Remember, don't let them directly touch the things in the basin, otherwise, they will die before the poison is fed." Lingyan looks at the basin with his bare hands and frowns. He is a little surprised at the bottom of his heart. However, he still remembers to go out in his heart. After Lingyan went out, there was a moment of silence in the room. Long Qingxia observes Nangongji, who is unconscious for a while. His dark eyes are inexplicably deep, which makes people wonder what he is thinking. However, at this time, he asked, "Little thing, it seems that you know how to cure this kind of poison according to what you have just done." Cloud Dance smells speech after glancing at him, just shake headway. "If I know, why wait here to waste time? I'm afraid it won't take long for that to be a temporary way to curb. Long Qingxia is not interested in whether Nangongji can survive. However, I heard Cloud Dance say that it won't take long. The corner of my mouth slightly raised up. It seems that I'm in a happy mood." Of course, in order not to let the woman notice, he hid well. Just Cloud Dance at this time of mind, but also out of mind. It's really strange that Hei Ao was able to explain just now. You know, Hei Ao is very proud. If it's not for her danger or something related to her, he doesn't care about everything. But this time, it's for Nangongji. It's strange. Ling Yin quickly distributed the most poisonous feed and came back to report to Yunwu. Yunwu raised his hand to stop him and said to him, "I have done what I can, and I can't help with the rest. As for refining antidotes, I believe Shangguan can solve it. If there is nothing, we will leave first." Lingyan wants to talk and stop looking at Yunwu, seems to want to say something, but in the end it is not finished. Nangong Yi's poison, Cloud Dance, is really no way, although she has modern medical skills, but it is not omnipotent, especially, the strange poison of this strange world has gone beyond the scope of her understanding and detoxification. Although, considering that Nangong Yi helped her last time. However, there is something wrong with Long Qingxia's body at this time. Since Nangong Yi is okay for the time being, Yunwu will not waste time. With an explanation, Yunwu and Long Qing leave. Back at camp, in addition to everyone's more and more formal attitude towards Cloud Dance and Dragon, there is nothing unusual about the rest. The bodyguards are responsible for catching poisons, and the people in the camp have been idle for another 2 days. Cloud Dance is to take advantage of these 2 days to find out the location and distribution of the 5-level Warcraft in the area of the Warcraft forest. It just needs to start. Under the tree next to the camp, the dragon who came out of the tent went to Yunwu and sat down. "What do you think? Or are you worried about Nangongji?" Cloud Dance light saw a dragon to pour evil one eye. To his this kind of question don't bother to answer. What I want to know more now is, what is the origin of that Shangguan? For the Shangguan, Yunwu was really curious. Dragon Qing evil smell speech, after seeing Cloud Dance, seemed to secretly sigh. "Just will line of sight fall in the forest depth," low voice says. It is said that in ancient times, most of the Warcraft could be transformed into human form. At that time, many human families married with Warcraft and obtained protection, and human descendants would have some special power of Warcraft. However, later, I don't know what happened, high-level Warcraft died in large numbers, and human beings who married with Warcraft family gradually died out. In the end, it's just the Warcraft forest, where there are many low-level Warcraft. Cloud Danceherd cannot help but feel a little surprised. What can turn into human form are all Warcraft that have broken through the 9th level. What can make them fall down? If there is such a force in the world, wouldn't it be terrible? Maybe that power cannot easily kill these human beings? Long Qingxia said with a smile, "Little things, those are all rumors thousands of years ago. Who knows what the situation was at that time? However, you don't have to think so much about it. Maybe it was some natural disaster or internal killing. Finally, everyone died together. Who knows if it was true or false? Behind that words, the dragon inclines evil some to ponder to say. Although Yunwoo felt strange, it didn't say much. Perhaps, it's the most reasonable way to say that Long Qingxie, otherwise, it's really terrible. However, just when Yunwoo was thinking like this, a slight wave suddenly came from the Chaos Hall. By the way, how could she forget Hyo? Cloud Dance can't help but heart read a move. In front of the Black Proud Inquiry of Chaos Temple asks away. Hyo, do you know about the fall of Warcraft? However, what Yunwoo didn't expect was that as soon as her question fell, the fluctuation in the Chaos Hall suddenly became intense. Cloud Dance can clearly feel that the Hall of Chaos floating in the Sea of Consciousness is shaking, as if there is an earthquake inside. This made Yunwoo, who had already established consciousness connection with Chaos Hall, feel dizzy and almost fell to the ground. Long Qingxie finds that the Cloud Dance is not in the right condition, and reaches out his hand in time to pull the Cloud Dance back to the ground. Little thing, what's the matter with you? Yunwoo is dizzy and full of brain. She leans against Long Qingxie's arms. The feeling of whirling around makes her feel like she's sitting in a boat in the storm. The whole person is hard to get. Damn Hyo, who is the master of Chaos Hall. However, Cloud Dance is still feeble to Dragon Qingxie perfunctory. I'm okay. Immediately, the voice from the bottom of my heart immediately called out to the Black Pride in the Chaos Hall. Hyo, calm down. But Chaos Hall is still in continuous vibration, seems to be able to clearly feel out of the Black AO that emotional unrest. Hyo, do you want me to command you as the master of Chaos Hall? Stop right now. The second sentence had an immediate effect on Hyo. After shaking out the last ripple, Chaos Hall finally came to a standstill. Cloud Dance in the heart-relaxed tone, endure to still have some uncomfortable feeling, say to Long Qingxie, send me back to tent first, I want to have a rest. To be exact, she needs a quiet environment to communicate with Hyo. However, at this time, Long Qingxie was staring at her strangely and straightly, as if he wanted to see her soul. Why are you looking at me like this? Yunwoo frowned at him. Don't hide something from me. Dragon Qing Evil looking at her, inexplicably said such a sentence. Yunwoo was surprised, but he soon returned to normal and looked into his eyes. One day you cannot hide me. Maybe I will think about it. This words, let Long Qing Evil assign Lung, Black Mao Dark sink. Maybe, there are some things both of them feel it's not the time to speak, or maybe, in their hearts, there is a forbidden area that no one can touch. Looking at Long Qingxie holding Cloud Dance back to the tent, Lao Hu and others, seeing this, all came forward to ask a few questions of concern, and were prevaricated by Long Qingxie for the reason of, too tired to detoxify Nanganji. Into the tent, Cloud Dance will excuse one to sleep for a while, the dragon to support out. Long Qingxie looks at Yunwoo's eyes, which is a bit mysterious, but he doesn't say anything in the end. Yunwoo is lying on the bed. It seems that she has fallen asleep. In fact, her spirit has sunk into the sea of consciousness and entered the Hall of Chaos. Now Yunwoo has entered the Chaos Hall countless times, but she has never seen such a picture. Chaos Palace is a mess. Mess? Yes, it's a mess. Although this piece of space, in addition to the floating in the air of the dragon, with the lawn of Xianyuan fruit trees, is just empty. However, at this time, in this empty space, the original thin vitality becomes mixed and surging, spreading around, giving people a kind of extremely messy chaos. Even the vigorous Xianyuan fruit tree, which is rooted in Xingmen, has withered some branches and leaves. Look at the broken branches and leaves, who destroyed most of them. Cloud Dance looked for a circle, did not see Black Proud, simply stood in situ and so on. Before long, there was a fuzzy black mist in front of Yunwoo. Fog twist, condensation, gradually revealed the Black Proud body. Come on, what's the matter with you just now? You're going to tear down my Chaos Palace, aren't you? Black AO stood in front of the Cloud Dance in silence, a pair of scarlet eyes like watching the Cloud Dance, but more like passing through the shadow of the Cloud dance and seeing the vast distance. Cloud danced to see him like this. If you can't guess what's fishy, it's really silly. Therefore, she did not beat around the bush, directly asked, "Is it related to the ancient Warcraft group?" See, Cloud dance that words just fall, black proud cheek twitch for a while, the forehead is taut, the blood vessel under the skin is violently bouncing. It seems that there is something to break out, but in the end, it disappeared. He looked at the Cloud dance. After a long time, a word came from the hoarse voice, "Yes." Although Yunwoo has always believed that Hyo lived for a long time, he never thought that he would be related to the ancient Warcraft group. What species did she enter into a master-servant contract with? How can Yunwoo not be surprised at the bottom of his heart? However, his face remained unchanged. "Don't ask me anything else. With your current strength, knowing too much is not good for you, and it will bring you many dangers you can't cope with." With that, Hyo sat on the ground beside the trunk of Xianyuan fruit tree. Those green branches and leaves, in the black proud side gently flick, like consciousness in pacifying his heart. Cloud dance thought of will black proud words chew again, suddenly realize what eyes a stare. Do you mean that the people who destroyed the Warcraft clans still exist in this world? Hyo Wei nodded. Although I'm imprisoned here, I can feel that for so long, no matter how many races have been destroyed and disappeared in front of the eyes of the world, they still exist. When Yunwoo heard this, her heart was a little chilly. Such a huge and terrible power, they have existed for such a long time, but they have been hidden in the dark. Poor they. What do you want to do? Black proud sea Cloud dance that frown heavy color appearance, light smile. Don't worry so much, they are only interested in the strong, and they have to be stronger than them. Now you can't be in their eyes. Cloud dance can't tell what it's like in my heart. Are you not willing to be strong enough to see the reality of the world? Or are you glad that you are not strong enough to be the target of those secret people? Go back. Today, I'm out of control. After all, it's been a long time since I've heard about that. Hyo's back is against the tree trunk of Xianyuan fruit tree, which gives off wisps of vitality. What's in his voice is the desolate taste that makes people sad. Remember, don't pry into their information before you are short of strength. It will do you all kinds of harm but not any benefit. Looking at the black pride who has closed his eyes to rest, Yunwoo doesn't continue to disturb him, but chooses to retreat quietly. Yunwoo thinks that many times, people need a place to lick their wounds. Chaos Temple to Hyo, is it such an existence now? Leaving the sea of consciousness, Yunwoo lies in the tent and opens her eyes. The dim light makes her look like a layer of fuzzy virtual shadow, which is very unreal. All along, the goal of Cloud Dance is to make itself stronger, and one day, it can defeat the Queen Shuelyo who always controls the queen behind, and even the person who hides behind the queen. However, black proud words, just like in the Cloud Dance heart planted a seed. It's a dynamic seed that urges her to continue on the road of cultivation. I don't know how long later, Long Qingxie opened the curtain and came in with a bowl of steaming soup in his hand. "Little thing, are you better? Dinner is ready. I asked Coco to cook some soup for you. If you're hungry, I'll get you some food." Yunwoo looks at the back of the dragon, and the moonlight is cold beside him, just like when he killed the snow devil wolf that night. What kind of man is he? "Little thing, what are you looking at?" Long Qingxie noticed that Yunwoo's eyes were strange. When he looked at him, he seemed to be assessing what he was looking at. Cloud Dance blinked eyes. Mental recovery, just that with a little guess of the line of sight was her down. "It's nothing. I don't need any rice. I'll just have some soup." Long Qingxie hands the soup bowl to Yunwoo and stares at her. Yunwoo is not comfortable with Long Qingxie's gaze. After drinking the soup, he puts the bowl into Long Qingxie's arms and starts to drive people away. "Well, I have to rest. Go out quickly." She is so impolite, it is to let Long Qingxie take back the line of sight, in the eyes quite doting a flash-a-me streamer. "Little thing, my husband is also a wounded man. Do you have the heart to let me go out to sleep in the open to aggravate my injury?" Cloud Dance looks at the dragon to pour evil to have no fear, and is playing thick skin appearance, for a moment a burst of speechless. However, he does not feel well now. However, if you spend the night in the tent with this dragon, you can imagine what it will be like with his shameless posture. Well, I'll go out. Yunwoo gets up from the bed. Long Qingxia's long legs stretched out, which happened to trip Yunwoo, and his long arms stretched out, directly dragged her back to his arms. Long Qingxia pillows his chin in Yunwoo's neck socket, and his thin lips are almost close to Yunwoo's cheek. I'm such a heartless little thing. My husband is like this. Shouldn't you take good care of him? Don't forget, my husband is like this now, but it's all for you. Cloud Dance glanced at him, didn't give him face, and said, if you didn't know how to hurt your soul, how could the following things happen? Don't play with me. Having said that, Cloud Dance directly drags the restless hand of Dragon Qingxia away, and with a flash of his body, pulls apart the distance between them. However, the words of Cloud Dance made the strange smile on Long Qingxia's face. Little thing, many things are different from what you think. Don't you want to know? Cloud Dance hissed and said to the dragon, if you want to say it, you have already said it. Why do you come here to ask me? But do you mean to say that you even hurt your soul for me? Cloud Dance this words, poor is to let the Long Qing evil silent down. His deep black eyes looked at the Cloud Dance, like a lot of words, but he didn't intend to say it, some mysterious and some feeling of smoking. Of course I want to go through fire and water for you, but you haven't given me a chance. This man's glib has made Yunwoo feel used to it. He didn't take his words seriously. Instead, he sat up straight, followed by the topic he hadn't finished before, and asked Dragon Qingxia. Well, don't be glib. What do you have to do with Shangguan when you told me about the ancient rumors? Is he a legacy of that race? Or, what's the relationship? If that Shangguan was really left by the ancient ethnic group, it would be much stronger than it is now, right? But the Shangguan she saw didn't seem to be like that for the question of Cloud Dance. Long Qingxia didn't answer immediately. But he found a few cushions, leaned on the wooden box, and continued to talk with Yunwoo. Because of this legend, many people feel that the combination of human and Warcraft can get stronger power. You say, if a person who is eager to become stronger knows about it, what will he do? The dragon's evil eyes cool. Cloud Dance's back. Does anyone think of a way? Yunwoo didn't finish what she said. She felt that the person who did that must be a madman. It said that a long time ago, there was a secluded family who did their best to capture a 9th-level Warcraft. In addition, the most powerful clan is selected to combine with the 9th-level Warcraft. After listening to Yunwoo, she was speechless. Capturing and imprisoning level 9 Warcraft, that secluded family really has a strong foundation and strength. Soon, the first child with Warcraft blood was born in the family. But something unexpected happened to them. In fact, there are many hidden dangers and defects in the combination of man and beast. What's more, for unknown reasons, once man and beast are combined, they will be cursed. Plant a curse? This let Cloud Dance stunned. It's the first time I've heard that in a different world. Long Qingxia changed his posture and continued. All the children born in that family since then have part of the ability of the 9th-level Warcraft, but they must drink the blood of the higher-level Warcraft for a long time to survive, otherwise, they will die of aging in a short time. After listening to Cloud Dance, he asked, just drink animal blood? What curse can be cracked so easily? Of course not. At first, the family thought so. But what happened later made them understand that they were all wrong. At this point, Long Qingxia stopped. That curse, in fact, has just begun. Women in that family, after giving birth to children, will gradually have the desire to eat their children's flesh and blood. Even if the child is sent thousands of miles away, the mother will try to find it and eat it. And even if the inherited blood also agree to a similar situation, in the end, that family can survive. The offspring has been very few eat it. Yunwoo was shocked by the curse. It's just, who planted the curse? It's too vicious and weird, isn't it? In addition to the children's mothers who want to devour them, some people who know their abilities also hunt them as Warcraft. After all, they do have the blood of level 9 Warcraft. Cloud Dance is looking at the flame of oil lamp beating and asks evil to the dragon. Shangguan is the descendant of this family? The dragon's evil look was a little dark. Yes, Shangguan should be the descendants of that family. They inherited the eye of that warcraft and gained some power that does not belong to human beings. Cloud dance smell speech in the heart again have new doubt appear, she to the dragon pour evil to ask away. But, how do you know his identity? Little thing, Wei Fu knows more than you, otherwise, how can Wei Fu protect you? Long Qingxie reaches out his hand and knocks on Yunwu's forehead. The action is intimate and natural, just like a pair of lovers. Yunwu pushes away the hand of Long Qingxie, retreats and leaves the position within reach of Long Qingxie. Since they have inherited such a strange power, why should they be so timid? Just now he knew that your power was damaged, and he ran away like a frightened rabbit. Is that unreasonable? In response, Long Qingxie just laughed and replied, what they inherited is not the fighting power of Warcraft against the sky, just the eyes. They have been living in exile for a long time. When they were young, they had to watch their peers being swallowed by their parents, caught by strangers, and their eyes gouged out. Of course, they were extremely afraid of people who could see their identity. Yunwu sighed, unable to say whether he sympathized with Shangguan or what. What is the purpose of such a life? Cloud Dance found the atmosphere a little dull, and turned to say, don't say this. Do you think they can find the 5 poison stone in time? Long Qingxie may mention another man all the time to Yunwu. Naturally, he is not happy. He takes a look at the hanging curtain and raises a cruel radian at the corner of his mouth. Even if they find the 5 poison stone, they can't kill the Warcraft attracted by the 5 poison stone now. At that time, Nangong Yi will still die. The level of Warcraft needed is higher than that of Snow Devil Wolf or the man-eating snake. Long Qingxie sleeps on the back of his head with one hand, lazily prolonging the tone. On the outside, it can attract the cannibals who are close to there, not to mention in this place close to the depth of the Warcraft forest. There are more than 4 orders, and 5 orders are not uncommon. Moreover, it's certainly not just one. Cloud Dance can't help but silence down. She originally thought really not good, will her 5 poison stone out to save Nangong Yi once. Unexpectedly, things are so difficult. Even if there are 5 poison stones, the Warcraft attracted by them at that time can't be solved. The sound of horses' hooves came from outside the tent. Yunwu stretched out his hand to lift the curtain, and saw Lingyan jump off the animal horse and run towards the tent where they were. Lingyan shouts to Yunwu from a distance, Xiao Wu, call up Dragon 4, follow me. Yunwu stands in front of the tent and doesn't mean to move a place at all. She asks coldly when Lingyan comes near. What can I do for you? You can go to find the 5 poison stone. Shangguan said that he would take you with him. Ling in a sweat, also don't know is hot or urgent. Cloud Dance behind hair felt friction sound. Dragon Qing Evil from the tent came out, looking at Lingyan with a smile. He said, shall we go? Lingyan didn't like to see Long Qingxie from the beginning to the end. He pointed to Long Qingxie and said angrily, you should do something when you take money. If other people in the camp, most of them would be submissive and follow Ling An's orders to take risks. It's a pity that Long Qingxie is doomed not to eat his way. As far as I know, all the people here get the task of going out to look for the 5 poison stone. But Shangguan asked you to call our brothers, not just to find the 5 poison stone, right? Long Qingxie looks at Ling An's eyes as if with layers of blades, which can cut off all the false appearances of Ling An and peel off the original appearance of things. Ling An was not at ease when he was seen by Long Qingxie. He said, Shangguan really said that after finding the 5 poison stone, he still needs to catch the Warcraft to obtain the materials for refining the medicine. It will be safer if you two are there at that time. Long Qingxie snorted from his nose, and his posture showed some arrogance that didn't belong to the image of hunter. We didn't take over the task, you want to deceive us? It's true that they are the people taught by Nangong Yi. They all have no credit. If you want to scold me, scold me. Why do you take my son with you? Ling An suddenly opened his eyes and raised his tone to refute, as if the sentence of Long Qingxie had scolded his family. What Long Qingxie dislikes most is the worship attitude of these people towards Nangong Yi. He lifts the tent curtain and turns back. He doesn't even bother to pay attention to Ling An, who is still jumping. Ling Yan refused to see Dragon's evil face to face, so she had to lower the platform to Yunwu. Xiaowu, will you come with us? Yunwu takes a look at the quiet tent, and the dragon has no self-protection ability now. If she goes, what will the dragon do? Although she owes Nangong Yi, she gradually understands that it is not important for the safety of this man. Ling Yan wants to persuade Yunwu a few more words, so Long Qingxie adds a coat and comes out again. Ling Yan and Cloud Dance all have no reaction to come over. How does Long Qingxie suddenly want to work with them to save Nangong Yi? Long Qingxie impatiently said to Ling Yan, what are you waiting for? Don't you hurry to start. Okay, I'll take you there now. Ling Yan naturally won't take care of the dragon's evil spirits. Why does he change his attitude? Instead, he is afraid that if he asks a few more questions, the arrogant Dragon 4 will not go. Little thing, what's the matter? Why don't you go, you? Yunwu wanted to ask him about this move, but in the end, he was still silent. However, on the way to meet with Shangguan, Yunwu rode a beast horse close to the dragon and cared for him in a low voice. Why do you come out of this physical condition? Although you're not willing to say it, I'm not stupid. I cannot let you deal with Warcraft with them alone. In case you have an accident, who will compensate me for the most vicious woman? Long Qingxie sits firmly on the horse. If Yunwu didn't see the sweat from his black hair on the side, she would almost mistakenly think that Long Qingxie is healthy now. Although when Long Qing said this, he always had an unorthodox smile on his face, and the content was more like telling a joke with Yunwu. But the cloud dance of solving the dragon's evil body condition is still inexplicable, so it's a little unbearable. Cloud dance forbeared, or to dragon tilt evil way. Otherwise, you go back first, I will be okay. Even if something really happened, I can always protect myself. Dragon Qingxie turned to look at the clouds, as if he had found a new world. There was a shining star in his black eyes. Little thing, are you reluctant to suffer for your husband? Cloud dance ear rude heat. This just realized oneself just thought to mean what? She immediately held the reins and looked at the road ahead without strabismus. I just think it's too troublesome for me to collect your corpse when you die, she said. Don't worry. I can't bear to work hard for my husband. Even if I'm dying, I'll find a grave to jump down. Long Qingxie said life and death very easily, as if in his eyes, is life or death, is just a joke. Yunwu was so angry by the dragon's evil attitude that he simply said, okay, don't die in front of me. Finish saying, also no matter what reaction of Dragon Qing evil, directly drive horse to follow Ling Yan. Ah, this little thing is getting more and more angry. Long Qingxie complained, but the smile on his face couldn't be covered up. Why is Yunwu angry? Isn't it because he doesn't cherish his life? This little thing is beginning to know how to love him. The more she makes a tantrum, the more happy she is. Along the way, Ling Yan hears the Long Qingxie's coaxing cloud dance behind him. However, at the end of each time, either Dragon Qingxie talks to himself or Dragon Qingxie cries. Most of the time, Yunwu's face was a little chilly. However, the bystanders could see that she could not help caring with her eyes or body movements. For such a pair of brothers, Ling Yan also felt a little strange. How can a brother coax his brother like a lover? What's more, the younger brother's reaction is similar to that of an awkward little lover. All the way, Ling Yan was thinking wildly. Before he came up with a clue, the three men rushed to the place where Shangguan decided to put poison to look for the 5 poison stone. Ling Yan stopped and said to Shangguan, Shangguan, I've brought people here. Get ready. We'll start looking for the 5 poison stone right away. Shangguan's glance at Long Qingxie was somewhat evasive. Yunwu could see that if he didn't need to use the 5 poison stone, Shangguan would have escaped directly. Xiaowu, let's have a rest first. After Yunwu got off the horse, Long Qingxie took Yunwu to a big clean stone and sat down. In addition to making Ling Yan look at him more unfriendly, few people dare to raise objection. After all, the bodyguards here have seen how Long Qingxie subdued Shangguan on the spot. Moreover, Shangguan also said that he would ask for things later, so everyone would naturally walk around him. Cloud Dance lowered voice to Long Qing evil concern way. Your body how, still can hold? Little thing, I'm not so weak that I may lose my breath at any time. You can be at ease. Long Qingxie reaches out his hand and rubs Yunwu's black hair helplessly. He walks all the way in the sun and burns Yunwu's hair. It feels warm and comfortable. Cloud Dance in the heart has been thinking, thoughts fly fast. For a long time, she said to the dragon, in a word, if something happens, just sit here and don't do it. Long Qingxie said, little thing, do you want to watch you go through life and death for your husband? Even if you do it, I will carry you back. If you don't do it, maybe you can carry me back to save my energy. Cloud Dance stares at Long Qingxie and warns, you are not allowed to do it. If you dare to do it, I will tie you up and throw you to the side of the road. Anyway, you can't beat me now. All right. Long Qingxie raised his hand like surrendering, and looked at Yunwu with his eyes doting on him. It's the failure of Fu Gang, alas. Cloud Dance has long given up to correct Long Qingxie's Wei Fu. To tell you the truth, she is getting used to it. If one day Long Qingxie did not say, maybe she would feel strange. As soon as his thoughts floated out, Yunwu was pulled back by Shangguan's voice. Xiaowu, you sprinkle this on your body, so that when you release poison later, you won't be bitten. Cloud Dance visually inspected the distance between Shangguan and them, at least 5 steps. Just when she was thinking about how Shangguan would give them the medicine, Shangguan raised her hand and threw 2 medicine bottles directly. Cloud Dance reflexively reached out to catch it and then looked up. Shangguan had already run away. You see, you frighten people. I start to worry. When I get the materials for refining medicine, will he just leave Nenganji and run away with the medicine? Cloud Dance hand one of the medicine bottles to Long Qingxie and say. Long Qingxie sprinkled the powder on his body and said with a light look, they attach the most importance to Xinhua. Unless he dies, he will surely give Nangong-yi the medicine first. The bodyguards also spread the powder all over their bodies, and then opened the cages where the poisons were kept. Hearing the sound of suah-suah, I think of the scale rubbing sound peculiar to reptiles. I feel numb all over my body and feel uncomfortable from the cracks in my bones. The powder works well. Yunwu saw that the poisons had bypassed the living people and whispered a word. Long Qingxie nodded and said, I'll go and get some bottles for you later. Then we'll go into the Warcraft forest alone. This powder should also be useful. Yunwu was very natural to him, just like his natural bandit habit. Not long after that, there was a guard hanging on the tree to observe the overall situation. The poisons are converging in one place. This sound directly aroused everyone's emotions. Shangguan flew to the tree where the bodyguard was, and personally checked the direction of the poison. After a few breaths, Shangguan said excitedly, everyone, go southeast. The bodyguards were in high spirits and moved to the southeast. Long Qingxie, who is sitting at the side to rest and watch the play, reaches out and grabs Yunwu and stays in place. Long Qingxie hung half of his body on Yunwu like a soft bone, and his cold forehead was close to Yunwu's cheek. What's the hurry? Let them go and look for it slowly first. It's not necessarily the 5 poison stone. It didn't take long for the Long Qing heresy to be verified. Not long after Shangguan chased them out in the southeast direction, a group of people took the captured poisons and started the second round of releasing poisons again. Long Qingxie looked at the busy bodyguards from a distance and said with a slight sneer, if the 5 poison stones were so easy to find, the 5 poison stones in this world would have been taken home long ago. Cloud Dance think of Long Qingxie hit and found 5 poison stone by mistake, how to think that he is too lucky. Dragon Qing Evil seems to see the idea of Cloud Dance, knocked on her forehead, and told her the reason. Little thing, when you find 5 poison stones for your husband, it's all your luck? Human beings are much more intuitive than those low-level snake and insect poisons. These things can't feel the 5 venom stones all their lives, but people with poison are likely to feel the 5 venom stones. Cloud Dance in the heart move, think of Long Qingxie initiative request to take Forest Fire's son out of the Warcraft forest thing. At that time, you didn't run for the 5 poison stone, did you? The dragon poured out evil but did not smile. He neither admitted nor denied it. This man is really Cloud Dance looks at the man of evil nearby, Really can't help but in the heart's secretly broken read a insidious fox. Long Qingxia looks like a play, watching Shangguan and Lingyan go away with hope and disappointment with other bodyguards. Yunwu naturally sat with Long Qingxi and watched the people come and go. I just missed a handful of melon seeds. After tossing about for 4 or 5 times, even if it is regarded as watching a play and can be repeated, it really doesn't have much interest. When everyone was a little frustrated, Shangguan finally found out after chasing those poisons. The commotion of the crowd soon attracted the attention of Yunwu and Long Qingxi. Under their own sign, the bodyguards gradually gathered near a piece of grass. Cloud Dance and Dragon Qing Evil look at each other, guessing that maybe it's really something this time. Little thing, let's go and have a look. Long Qingxia takes the lead to get up, holds Yunwu in his arms, presses Taiban's weight on her and walks with her. Cloud Dance wrinkled eyebrow, but still like this, carry the dragon to poor Evil to walk all the way. When he got near, Yunwu looked at Shangguan who was half lying on the ground and asked him, Shangguan, have you found the 5 poison stone? Shangguan didn't answer Yunwu. He was throwing bottles of unknown drugs around. He waved his back to her in a hurry. He didn't know whether he wanted her to be quiet or to answer her questions. It should be. Or Lingyan came and whispered a word to Yunwu. Cloud danced to see Lingyan that is full of joy expression. The heart knows that this is 89 not leave 10. After Shangguan was busy, he got up and made a definite gesture towards Ling and behind him. Spread out around, don't guard here, or Warcraft won't come. Everyone should be alert. It may not be very easy to deal with. Ling and face of joy convergence a lot of, to this time with the bodyguard carefully ordered again, bodyguards immediately well-trained each find a hiding place. The Cloud Dance and the Dragon Poor Evil don't need them to say, then return to sit on the big stone of the previous temporary rest. Cloud Dance is observing the bodyguards who ambush in the dark and asks the dragon, do you think Warcraft will come? Yes, and it won't be long. Long Qingxia seems to know Shangguan's medicine very well, and his answer is very positive. Under the affirmative answer of Long Qingxia, Yunwu is more sure about meeting Warcraft tonight. The stars scattered in the night blink with the human beings on the ground, quietly waiting for the arrival of Warcraft. I don't know how long later, there was a slight sound coming from a distance. Sha-sha sha-sha sha-sha. This sound is very similar to the one I heard when I encountered a man-eating snake when I was sleeping in the wild. It's just that this time there are some subtle differences. It's like that in addition to dragging something on the ground, some hard objects are moving the gravel on the ground. With a look of awe-inspiring, Yunwu stood in front of Longqing's evil body, then took out the thin sword from the space bracelet and held it in his hand. Shangguan's voice came with the night wind. Everyone be alert. Long Qingxia's posture is leisurely sitting behind Yunwu. He looks at Yunwu's not tall figure blocking in front of him. He always smiles lightly and has a special radiance. The thing in the dark didn't move very fast. We waited for a long time before we could see some big shadows in the moonlight. Cloud Dance carefully counted the number of shadows. There are 3. Long Qingxia has said before that the level of Warcraft that the 5 poison stone attracts after being stimulated by the poison should be level 4 and level 5. If it's 3 4th order Warcraft, they still have a fight. However, if there are 2 or even 3 5th order Warcraft in it, things will be tricky. Shangguan and Yunwu thought of the same place. He said to everyone, don't act rashly, wait first. Little thing, I depend on you to protect me. Long Qingxia hugs Yunwu from behind, her chin is on her shoulder, and her posture is intimate. Cloud Dance didn't have good spirit of glancing at him one eye, low voice way, early said to let you don't come. Dragon Qingxia chuckles, and there is an unspeakable flavor in the voice. He seemed to regard the words of Cloud Dance as love words, with sweet and greasy laughter. The 3 shadows were no less cautious than Yunwu. Each of them walked very slowly, for fear of disturbing their opponents. The rustling sound is like a piece of sandpaper polished by people's hearts, which makes everyone extremely uncomfortable. Finally, the 3 shadows came closer and closer, revealing their true colors in the moonlight. There was a series of air conditioning sounds around. Before Yunwu asked, Long Qingxie had already explained it to her. Fortunately, 3 purple scorpions at the top of the 4th level didn't provoke the 5th level Warcraft. Cloud Dance listened to the explanation of Dragon's evil wind and light cloud, and didn't know how to say that he was good. 3-4 level top Warcraft, is this easy to deal with? As soon as she thought about this, Long Qingxie immediately said, 1 or 2 purple scorpions are okay to deal with, but if 3 purple scorpions are combined, their combat effectiveness is no worse than that of Warcraft at the top of the 5th level. Top 5? This is the same as the Snow Devil Wolf. Cloud Dance thought of the sentence "good luck" just now, and determined that he must have been saying something ironic just now. Shangguan was not very satisfied with this development. He went up and down several times and came to Yunwu. Nangong Yi's bodyguards can't deal with these things. It's up to you and me to join hands. Although Shangguan said you, Yunwu found that he was looking at the dragon all the time. Long Qingxie turned his lips and said lazily, "You don't know. I can't do it now. It's too nice to expect me." Then it's up to little 5. Shangguan's eyes were burning and he looked at Long Qingxie. The meaning of this was self-evident. It's Nanganji and your friends who need detoxification. Why do I have to do it? Cloud Dance can't bear the threat revealed in Shangguan's words, and her eyes are cold. Shangguan seems to have no idea that Yunwu has such a saying. He looks at Yunwu in great confusion and doesn't know why she won't help. How can you see death without help? Yunwu's attitude towards Shangguan's insistence that she will do something is more puzzling. Why does she have to save her? Shangguan's next words let Yunwu narrow his pupils. The blood of your people has always taken saving the world and people as their own duty. When you come here, will you break the rules? To save the world and save people? Is this what the witch people are like? A queen, Xueliu, totally denied it, didn't she? Of course, among the forces made by Xueliu, it seems that she belongs to the dark faction of the witch clan. As for the bright faction, she doesn't have this one in her mind. Of course, even if there is, it seems that it's none of her business. She is a killer whose hands are stained with blood, but she will not be merciful to the feat of sacrificing her life to save the world. Yunwu and Shangguan looked at each other, but at that moment, a light suddenly flashed in her heart. By the way, isn't she just nowhere to find out about the witch clan? Perhaps she can get some information about the sorcery from the Shangguan. About the witch clan, Yunwu has always been full of doubts. Hayo knows a lot of things, but Yunwu can feel it. Hayo doesn't want to say more. Now Shangguan has made a start. Yunwu has a question that she always wants to ask. However, the current situation has not given her such time. Not far away, 3 purple scorpions are about to meet. The sound of the hard shell rubbing against the ground rubs everyone's eardrum. After they met, the 3 purple scorpions were so persistent to the 5 venom stone that they made hostile calls to their peers. That kind of hissing makes Yunwu's ears ache a little, and the sharp sound wave penetrates the eardrum and goes directly to the brain. Like there are countless needles, pierced into the brain of Yunwu. Here we go. Shangguan looked at the 3 purple striped scorpions who raised their huge tails to other similar scorpions, and was very satisfied with the development. Yunwu guessed Shangguan's idea at a glance. If these purple scorpions fight with each other, it's better to damage some of them. In this way, they, as human beings, can reap the benefits of fishing yesterday. Those monsters soon started to fight. The pincers of adults, like scorpion tails made of steel, are their most powerful weapons. For a moment, with the fighting of these warcraft, Yunwu felt that the ground under his feet was shaking frequently. Some of the trees around were badly affected, and many of the small trees were directly destroyed into broken wood and debris. Of the 3 scorpions, one obviously has the upper hand. It's a circle bigger than the other 2. When the scorpion's tail beat the other 2, the 2 purple scorpions gave out a painful cry. In the moonlight, the biggest purple scorpion was shining with a metallic luster. One of the 2 smaller purple scorpions was beaten several meters away by the giant pincers, and the other was knocked to the ground by the powerful scorpion tail. Taking the 5 poison stone as the center, the grass chips, broken wood and dust interweave into a choking smoke, which obscures people's sight. Shangguan stared at the fight with breath, holding his hands in front of him, very nervous. People are secretly expecting that this purple scorpion can beat the other two away or even kill them. In this way, their danger will be reduced a lot. However, the reason why a wish is that it is difficult to achieve. Long Qingxie colludes with Yunwu and watches the fighting of those warcraft. When he sees Shangguan's nervous and expectant appearance, he shows an inexplicable smile. I saw that the two smaller purple scorpions were no longer blindly attacking after they climbed back. On the contrary, they are close to each other and have the meaning of joint operations. The enemy of the enemy is the friend. This iron law also applies to warcraft. When the two purple scorpions made an appointment and rushed towards the bigger one, Yunwu's eyes unconsciously showed a look of surprise. Long Qingxie said, even if they are a group of wild dogs, they know that they should join hands when they meet a strong enemy. What's more, they are the top for warcraft. Yunwu didn't speak. He just looked at Long Qingxie's face in the moonlight. Seeing that he didn't have any discomfort, he was relieved to pay attention to the war situation again. About this strategy had an effect, and the larger purple scorpion was soon unable to resist and lost again and again. Even its metal-like shell left a lot of scars. Strangely, Yunwu did not see blood flowing out of those wounds, but saw light smoke coming out of the cracks. When Shangguan saw this scene, he suddenly let out a cry. Attack the wounded purple scorpion. After shouting this sentence, Shangguan took the lead in flying away. He was not armed. Cloud Dance found that after Shangguan landed next to the three purple scorpions, his hands changed. Shangguan's hands grew bigger gradually, and his nails grew longer quickly, and then turned into steel claws. It seems that the dragon-inclined heresy Shangguan has the blood of the Warcraft group in his body, which is really true. After all, humans can't have claws like that. Ling Yin and others don't know why Shangguan made a sudden move, but this time they pinned their hopes on Shangguan. He said that Ling Yin naturally brought people into the war. When the three purple scorpions didn't seem to understand why there were human beings, Shangguan rushed to the injured purple scorpion. His injured claws instantly grow into nearly a foot long, hard grasp like a purple scorpion dissatisfied with the crustacean head. The target is its black bean-like eyes. Oh, the purple scorpion did not expect that there would be an ambush enemy. Caught off guard by this blow, issued a painful howl. The huge pincers are like two human arms, which grasp Shangguan flexibly. If the sharp sawtooth is clamped on Shangguan's body, he will become a corpse cut into two parts. At the critical moment, Shangguan retreated. Ling Yin cut the pincers of purple scorpion with his long sword in time. Bang! The sound of gold and stone sounded, and a dazzling spark burst out on the shell of purple scorpion, and the pain of eating retreated. Because of the appearance of Shangguan and their human beings, the scene froze for a moment. The three purple scorpions leaned together intentionally or unintentionally. When faced with enemies of their own kind, they united again and united with each other. Long Qingxie looked at Shangguan. They surrounded the three purple scorpions and said faintly, "Tut, look for death." Cloud Dance catches the key point and asks the dragon, "What is the gas in the wound of purple scorpion?" "It's poison gas. Don't forget, they are poisonous scorpions." In addition to the poisonous needle on the tail of scorpion, there is a layer of poisonous gas hidden under the carapace. Once humans are infected with too much, even if they are hunted by humans, humans will die under the poisonous gas. Yunwu then understood why Shangguan was in a hurry. No matter how the purple scorpion won or lost, they were all dead. Shangguan didn't care about his variant hands. He just told others. He threw a slightly larger medicine bottle to Ling Yin and said, "Don't keep close to the injured purple scorpion. Take the pill and make a quick decision. Don't delay time." In the face of Fourth Order Warcraft, Ling Yin naturally did not dare to neglect, poured out a pill to take, and then passed the bottle one by one to others. Shangguan looked back at Yunwu and Long Qingxie, hesitated for a moment, but he grabbed another medicine bottle and threw it to them. "Take this medicine." Yunwu didn't reply. He just took the medicine bottle, opened the bottle cap and sniffed it quickly. When he was sure it was the antidote pill, he and Long Qingxie took the antidote pill one by one. Cloud Dance Wei's medicine bottle Wei. I thought he forgot us too. Dragon Chin evil mouth slightly evil spirit raised, cold hum. He is afraid that we will be poisoned and the last card will be gone. As they spoke, Shangguan and others were already fighting with the 3 purple scorpions. As Long Qingxie has said before, the fighting power of the 3 purple scorpions is no less than that of the top 5 Warcraft. When Yunwu saw that the 3 poisonous scorpions swung their huge tails at the same time and attacked the people with sharp stings, he immediately understood what he meant. The steel scorpion tail alone is enough to make people drink a pot. What's more, the scorpion tail is also highly toxic, so most people will worry about their lives if they touch it. Shangguan tossed and turned in the air. His claws made him look like a human Warcraft. Avoid scorpion tail and pincers, attack from the side. The root of pincers and scorpion tail is weakness. Don't stay after destroying that part of carapace, leave immediately. After all, Nanganji's bodyguards are not straw bags. With the commander's command, they gradually master the way of fighting. In this battle of great disparity between the enemy and ourselves, they gradually adapt to it. The 3 purple scorpions were very angry about this situation, so they just wiped the ground with their tails, trying to make those people unable to get close to them. Cloud Dance looked for a while, found that in addition to Shangguan and Ling and other bodyguards have the highest strength, and they have the middle of the 7th level. But for such an attack, I'm afraid it won't last long. Sure enough, there were 2 guards who had no time to dodge during the attack. They were hit by the venomous scorpion's tail and flew out obliquely, hitting the nearby trees. After landing, the 2 bodyguards convulsed for a while and vomited blood. Before long, they were silent. The death of his companion became a stimulant for the living. Ling'an immediately roared, and his short hair stood upright. Ling'an, calm down. The voice of Shangguan didn't have time to stop Ling'an. Ling'an, who was extremely angry, used his own strength to penetrate the tight defense of the purple scorpion and rushed straight to the bigger one's erect neck. Go to hell, beast. Ling'an suddenly drank, raised his sword, held the handle tightly in both hands, and slashed the sword to the root of the pincers on the right side of the purple scorpion. Where the sword fell, the pincers of purple scorpion couldn't resist such an attack, and the pincers were almost useless. Ling'an's ferocious face can be seen in the puffs of poisonous gas emitted by the purple scorpion. Shangguan cried anxiously, Ling'an, come back quickly, you can't carry the poison gas. As soon as his voice fell, Ling'an, who was enveloped in poison gas, was thrown down from his back by the purple scorpion. As soon as Ling'an landed, the tails of 3 purple scorpions attacked him at the same time. Ling'an can't help but close her eyes, ready to die generously. In the whistling wind, a lightning-like figure flashed quickly. When Ling'an came back, he had already stood beside the Cloud Dance and Dragon Qingxie. You! Ling'an didn't expect to be saved by them in the end. For a moment, she didn't know what to say. Long Qingxie frowned at him and said, if you don't have that ability, don't go to die. It's just tiring others. Said, looking at a Cloud Dance. She was relieved to see that she was not hurt at all. In fact, Yunwu didn't want to do it, but at last he thought that he didn't own Nanganji, so he did it at the last moment. Thank you very much. I'll repay you if I have a chance later. This is the first time that Ling'an, after being ridiculed by Long Qingxie, does not reply, but looks at them gratefully. In this world where the strong is the king, the strength of Long Qingxie, together with Yunwu's help to Ling'an, is enough for him to do so. When Yunwu helped Long Qingxie to sit on the rock, he didn't pay more attention to Ling'an. Instead, he sat beside him and leaned against him. It was like watching a play. His sight returned to the other side again. As Ling'an, the main fighting force, was forced to withdraw, Shangguan already showed signs of being unable to stand alone. One by one, the guards were hit by the purple scorpion and thrown out of the battle circle. Lucky only injured, but a few bad luck, is on the spot. Ling'an looks at his companion's defeat and his face changes. It's like going back again when he mentions his weapon. But at that moment of luck, he covers his chest and vomits a mouthful of purple blood. But even so, he wanted to go back. Cloud Dance looks at, finally can't help but open mouth to lift mouth to glance an eye that complexion turns blue. Ling and Wei, you don't want to die? I must let you detoxify. Ling and bit his lower lip, and soon there was blood oozing. But even the blood beads are with purple-black. It can be seen that when he was enveloped by the poisonous gas of purple scorpion just now, his poisoning was not light. During the conversation, Shangguan was also hit hard by the cooperation of the 3 purple scorpions, and slammed to the ground, bringing up a dust. When Lingyan saw this scene, her facial muscles suddenly twitched, her qi and blood gushed, and she suddenly spewed out a mouthful of poisonous blood. Less than 1/3 of the bodyguards are still struggling to support. However, people with a clear eye can see that their defeat is only a matter of time. It's not easy to deal with 3-4 level top warcraft. Shangguan Agula got up from the ground, turned to the cloud dance and dragon, and cried out, "Don't you do it yet?" Long Qingxia turns his head to see the little woman beside him. Then he slowly stands up. Duda's cold sweat falls down his temples and moistens his black hair. At this moment, for the first time, Yunwu took the initiative to hold his hand and press him up. "Don't do it. I'll go." Yunwu knows that they will be here now. To put it bluntly, it's because she wants to return Nenganji a favor, and this man is for her. However, with the current situation of Long Qingxia, how could she let Long Qingxia die? You can't handle them. Long Qingxia's eyes were heavy on the 3 invincible purple scorpions, and a layer of quick kill appeared on his cold face. "Then you can't do it." Cloud Dance tough finish saying, then turned to Ling and Wei, "Take care of him. If he has something, don't wait for your poison hair. I want your life first." Having said that, Yunwu no longer cares about the dragon's evil spirits, and flies into the battle circle. Lingyan stands in the same place and looks at the dragon with his hands and feet tied. Although Dragon Qingxia was a little weak, his arrogance was not reduced by half. He looked at Lingyan coldly and asked him, "Do you think you can stop me?" Lingyan said with a bitter smile, "You can't be killed too. You just said that if you don't have the ability, don't be killed, right?" Long Qingxia's eyebrows are tightly twisted. It seems that he would like to tear Lingyan apart. Let's have a look first. Xiao Wu's strength is not bad either. Lingyan is cold all over by Long Qingxia. He wipes the poisonous blood from his mouth and comforts him. However, thinking of the snow devil wolf that appeared in the camp before, Lingyan thought that it should have been killed by them. With the strength of those people in the camp, how can they hunt a level 5 warcraft? It seems that they should have moved their hands at that time, but I don't know how Long Qingxia was so weak. Was he hurt when dealing with Snow Devil Wolf? Just as Lingyan guesses, Yunwu and Shangguan unite to fight back against Purple Scorpion. Under the cover of the moon, no one can see this abnormal. Suspended in the air, she looked down at the Purple Scorpion and other people. Her posture was inviolable, which made people want to worship in a trance. Cloud Dance one hand is holding the fine sword that is wrapped by the fire element condensation, low cold way. Other people retreat. Seeing this, the bodyguard spontaneously and consciously obeyed Yunwu's orders, quickly returned to the outside of the battle circle, looking for their living companions, and seized the time to treat them. Shangguan said to Yunwu, "Break it one by one. The bigger purple scorpion can't hold on for long." Cloud Dance nodded, did not speak, with a strong sense of killing eyes, stay in only a pincer's available purple scorpion body. Compared with the threatening appearance just now, after the serious injury and the release of a lot of poison gas, the purple scorpion really showed fatigue. Yunwu stood in the middle of the sky, closed her eyes, and her whole body power came out. For the first time, in full view of the public, Yunwu carried the force of elements in her body, drove the air, and formed a whirlpool-like tornado around her. Her dress is driven by the wind, hunting. The 3 purple scorpions found the most powerful human at present, and they all cautiously put up their tails, ready to attack at any time. However, Long Qingxia saw that except for the purple scorpion, which was targeted by Yunwu and Shangguan, the other 2 retreated intentionally or unintentionally. Obviously, they also feel the danger. Moreover, after discovering that this sudden human strongman did not intend to fight against them, he gave up and did not want to get involved in the battle. In this suffocating and dreary atmosphere, Yunwoo suddenly opened his eyes, with a layer of purple mist around them. The beauty was so dejected. And in the next second, Cloud Dance's eyes flashed cold light, and his body with unmatched power suddenly attacked the seriously injured purple scorpion. Oh, the purple scorpion didn't dare to neglect Yunwoo. He raised his pair of tongs. The huge tongs opened and stretched out towards Yunwoo, waiting to turn the dangerous human into a pile of broken meat. Long Qingxia's pupils suddenly shrank and his eyelids twitched a few times. In the face of any crisis, people who are not in chaos are nervous because of the danger of Cloud dancing, and their heartbeats are accelerating. Cloud Dance, in danger, does not show any fear. She turned her body at an incredible angle in midair. She ran through the purple scorpion with a very tricky angle between its two huge pincers. Purple Scorpion and Not In immediately raised the scorpion tail toward the Cloud Dance to attack. The scorpion tail drops the venom of head size, with a fishy smell, which will hit Yunwoo in an instant. At this time, always waiting for the opportunity of Shangguan, catch the gap, fly up, two hands' claws mercilessly cut in the root of the scorpion's tail. Purple Scorpion eat pain, action meal, Cloud Dance will not waste such a good opportunity. The elements on the thin sword in her hand suddenly turned into a purplish-red fighting spirit, like magma surging. The thin sword was made like a soft long whip by the cloud. It was shaped like a fighting spirit, with a dazzling purple-red light, and beat hard at the root of the right pincers of the purple scorpion. This kind of fighting color, people are simply one lung, but at this moment, not many people have time to be surprised, but are nervous to watch this battle. Click. It's a broken sound again. This attack of Cloud Dance directly enlarges the wound left by Ling and before. Unexpectedly, it makes the pincers of Purple Scorpion break completely and fall to the ground heavily. Poison gas is like an erupting volcano, spewing out thin. At this time, a layer of black fog suddenly appeared on Yunwoo's body, which was like a protective film, tightly clinging to her body, so that the poisonous gas could not hurt her. Shangguan was stunned when he saw that Yunwoo had quickly left such a heavy blow to the purple scorpion. What strength is that? This teenager, Mingming, looks like how can strength be so terrible? However, the Cloud Dance, known as Terror, still felt that it was not enough. Relying on the protection of the black fog on her body, she looked hard, bullied her body, avoided the scorpion's tail, and cut down on the other pincers of the purple scorpion. The hard shell meets the thin sword wrapped by fighting chi in Yunwoo's hand, which is as easy as cutting tofu with a knife. The huge pincers fell to the ground, still twitching perceptibly, and then stopped moving. From the beginning, people were shocked, and now they look happy. With this little 5, it seems that today's victory is in sight. At this time, Long Qingxia's face changed, and he broke into Yunwoo's mind with a frightened roar. Xiao Wu, back up. Cloud Dance brain has no time to respond. At the foot of a tiptoe, the body has been with the dragon's evil warning in mid-air quickly retreat. A jump opened 4 or 5 sticks far. When Yunwoo looked into the battle circle again, he couldn't help taking a breath. The other 2 purple scorpions, taking advantage of the big guy's 2 pincers removed by her, jumped on the bigger one and ate it. The sound of chewing the carapace and the wailing sound of the dying purple scorpion are even more terrifying in the silent and windless night. Yunwoo calmed his mind, looked back at Long Qingxi and gave him a grateful smile for the first time. Little thing. The low voice can only be heard by oneself. Long Qingxia would never let go of this startling glance. He gave a low smile, and his eyes and eyebrows were full of the infinite evil spirit that could not be covered up by the ordinary face after changing face. The 2 purple scorpions soon broke their own species into pieces, devouring the flesh and blood of their companions in Warcraft. Some carnivorous Warcraft, in fact, will not eat the same kind. But this scorpion is only unexpected. On the contrary, after eating the same kind of flesh and blood, it can enhance the absorption of each other's energy. Cloud Dance coldly looks at the next seashore and gives the upper officer a wink. At the same time, they each choose one and launch a surprise attack. The scorpions who are eating don't relax their vigilance. and they know very well who gave them this delicious meal. When Yunwoo rushed to them, the two purple scorpions gave out a sharp hiss. The scorpion tail with venom actually let Shangguan go, but they all smoked towards Yunwoo. However, just now the fight has let Cloud Dance master the way to deal with them. The corner of the mouth rises coldly in that moment. Her body was very fast in mid-air, which not only avoided the attack of the two purple scorpions, but also made their tails beat together. Bang! The crustaceans of the two scorpion tails were all broken, falling to pieces on the ground. Taking advantage of the two purple scorpions' concentrated attack on the cloud, Shangguan quietly took advantage of the cover of the night to make a bend, and quickly rode through the roots of the two purple scorpions' tails with all his strength. Two purple scorpions turned back at the same time, but Shangguan has retreated, and they are also frightened to find that their scorpion tail is falling off. Just now, Yunwoo was in a trance when she saw Shangguan sprinkle some powder on his sharp claws. When the two scorpion tails fell off on the ground, she realized the use of the powder. Scorpion tail off behind, purple scorpion fell into a frenzy. They waved a huge pair of forceps, the center of gravity unstable toward the clouds. The thick poisonous gas gushed out from the place where the scorpion tail fell off. Long Qingxia looked at it from a distance and only felt that Yunwoo was engulfed by the poisonous gas. All of a sudden, the brow tightened tightly. Yunwoo was disgusted with those smelly poisonous gases. Relying on the protection of the black fog on her body, she ran into the center of the poisonous gas and made a fierce stroke in the mid-air. After a few loud noises, people outside found that the poison gas was thicker. Although Long Qingxia knew that Yunwoo should be able to cope with this situation, he was still worried and yelled to the other side. "Xiao Wu, how are you?" As soon as the poisonous gas diffused in the center of the war situation was put away, a shadow leaped down from the air when the wind was clear and the moon was bright. Cloud Dance carrying a fine sword through the mist, straight to the dragon. The moonlight is shining on Yunwoo, as if she is covered with a layer of hazy veil, and her temperament is cool and clear. Behind the clouds are the bodies of two purple scorpions. This contrast of a great scene stimulate the eyes of all people. Long Qingxia discovered that the poison of Warcraft couldn't hurt her as early as the last time Yunwoo hunted the man-eating snake. But when he couldn't be sure, he walked towards Yunwoo. "What's the matter? Is there any discomfort?" In the face of Long Qingxia's concerned eyes, Yunwoo's heart is slightly soft. He takes back the space bracelet with his thin sword and shakes his head. "It's all right. It's just that the poisonous gas is too smelly. It's disgusting." What Yunwoo said was all true. Although the poisonous gas didn't invade her heart and lung, just smelling it was enough for her to feel sick for several days. Ling En and others saw that the 4th-level Warcraft that beat them almost had no power to fight back, and they were cleaned up by Cloud Dance. For a moment, there was no way to describe the shock in my heart. Looking at the cloud dancing eyes, from the beginning of shock, surprise, consternation, to now respect after Shangguan took the 5 poison stone, he asked Yunwoo suspiciously, "Did you collect some of the poison gas just now?" As soon as the poisonous gas was collected and released, it became much thinner, which was abnormal. Cloud Dance hears speech, looked at his light way. "Do you think I sucked those stinky poisonous gas? I didn't mean that." "Well, maybe I made a mistake." Shangguan was asked by Yunwoo, and he felt that he was a little sensitive. He was close to Yunwoo just now. It seems that Yunwoo can retreat from the whole body in the poisonous gas because she has a black protective film on her body. Since it needs to be isolated from the poisonous gas, how can Yunwoo take away the poisonous gas? Isn't it to seek death by itself? At this time, Ling En was anxiously waiting beside him. He covered his painful heart and asked Shangguan, "Shangguan, you said that the antidote should be refined by the Warcraft attracted by the 5 poison stones. What should we do next?" "Don't go there now. When the poison gas is gone, cut open the carapace of the 2 purple scorpions, take out the magic nucleus, blood and spine, and I can start refining the medicine." Looking at the thinned poison gas, the Shangguan estimated, "You can start to do it in the morning. If it's windy tonight, you can do it earlier." "Then we'll wait here. If we can be earlier, we'll be later." Ling En is extremely persistent in detoxifying Nanganji. He would rather be a little earlier. Shangguan took a look at Ling En's green face and frowned. The effect of the pill is not too big. You inhale too much poisonous gas. I'll detoxify you first. With that, Ling En and others could not help looking at the ruddy cloud dance. If you inhale the poisonous gas, Yunwoo was completely submerged by the poisonous gas several times just now, but she was not damaged. What kind of terrible strength does this teenager have? Long Qingxia swept Yunwoo's whole body up and down several times with his sharp vision, and made sure that she didn't have any problems, and that she wasn't trying to support her, so he showed a peaceful smile. Immediately, the dragon tilts evil half to close eyes sun to lean on cloud dance body, small voice way, small thing, for husband seem to can't hold. Cloud dance stunned, backhand hold Long Qingxia, he was pressed back a step. It was found that the clothes on Long Qingxia were all soaked in cold sweat. Xiao Wu, what happened to Long Si? Shangguan saw Yunwoo holding the dragon to pour evil, hesitated for a moment, and asked with concern. Yunwoo didn't want to explain the physical problems of Long Qingxi to Shangguan, and said vaguely, the old wound just recurred. Seeing that Yunwoo didn't want to say more, Shangguan didn't ask any more. He took out a small medicine bottle and handed it to Yunwoo. The pills are for internal injuries. Maybe you can use them. Thank you. Cloud Dance also didn't refuse, directly took over. She also understood that Shangguan's initiative to give them medicine meant to draw them together. Moreover, she could not say that there was still some intention to please Long Qingxia, hoping that he would keep Shangguan's identity secret. Take the dragon to find a clean space. Yunwoo takes out a comfortable woolen carpet from the space bracelet and lays it. Lie down and I'll help you with the diagnosis and treatment. With that, Yunwoo puts her hand on the dragon's evil gate. If you look carefully, you can find a little black on Yunwoo's fingertips. Long Qingxia was not on guard against Yunwoo, so she didn't find anything strange in her hand. After a while, Yunwoo took back her hand and looked grim. What's up? Even if Hua Tuo was reborn, she couldn't help the hurt of her soul. Chaos Hall, black proud voice. His soul is damaged and his origin is damaged. Although he didn't start, it seems that he couldn't hold on from the beginning, but he has been repressing. The blood bubble pool doesn't work anymore. If you want him to get better, you can only make medicine for him to take as soon as possible, otherwise, the consequences will be unimaginable. Refining medicine? You don't mean this black inflammation said before, no way. For his sake, I'll make an exception. Little thing, what's your expression like I'm going to die? Dragon Qing evil look at Cloud Dance, smile on the face still said. Who knows Cloud Dance? Unexpectedly facial expression a Shin sternly scolded him away. Don't talk nonsense. Long Qingxia is seldom reprimanded like this, but he is not angry. Yunwoo is so concerned about his injury that it's too late for Long Qingxia to be happy. Don't worry. I'll be fine. Long Qingxia pacifies Yunwoo. He knows his own body very well. Although the injury is serious now, he tried it himself earlier. His body is not unable to repair these injuries by itself, just because it damages the soul and the origin, and the speed will be slower. However, even so, it will not cause any consequence to his body in the future, because in the final analysis, his noumenon is also, stop talking. I'll help you heal. Where can Yunwoo believe the dragon's evil? She just thinks that the dragon's evil is to make her feel relieved. Cloud Dance quietly let Hayo check the medicine given by Shangguan. After confirming that it was harmless and useful to the current situation of Long Qingxi, she gave Long Qingxi one. It's a long night. When Long Qingxia has a rest, Yunwoo thinks in his heart, where can Hayo avoid the method of refining medicine? Before I knew it, it was dawn. Ling En and others seized the time to clean up the body of Purple Scorpion, because they were in a hurry, except for the things that the Shangguan asked to get, everything else was abandoned by them. Shangguan rushes to refine antidote, while Yunwoo returns to the camp with Dragon. After thinking about it, Yunwoo finally put Long Qingxia in the tent and asked Lao Hu and others to take good care of him. Then he left the camp and went to find a suitable place to refine the medicine. Long Qingxia lies in the tent and cares about Yunwoo's avoiding him. What is this little thing hiding? In a cave which is not too far away from the camp, Yunwoo sits on the ground with a dark pride, busy with the preparation before refining medicine. Hyo gives Yunwoo a list that has been prepared for a long time. Take these herbs from your space and give them to me. The paper in Yunwoo's hand is pure black, but the handwriting is white, which looks like the paper burned by fire. She took out the herbs one by one according to the list and lined them up in front of her. After checking for a while, Hyo poked his hand to Yunwoo and said, "There is also the magic core of the 5th level Warcraft. It needs to be used as medicine to make up for his soul damage." Yunwoo doesn't hesitate to give Hyo the precious 5th level magic core and give it to Lonkingsi to refine medicine. She takes out all the things in stock, but she doesn't feel distressed. "You are really willing for that, boy. I can't be disturbed when I'm making medicine. Go outside and guard for me." Black proud hate iron does not become steel of saw cloud dance one eye, blow her out. Yunwoo was choked by Hyo, but there was no way to argue, so he had to go to the cave in silence. However, the other side of the imperial city, General Yun's military mansion is very festive. It turns out that today is the birthday of Master Yun. All the people, big and small, are very busy in this house. However, on this hot and noisy occasion, the Cloud Master is a smelly face, which makes the officials and nobles who come to congratulate all confused and embarrassed. In desperation, Yunlingi can only let the servants transfer the guests to the side hall. "Dad, today is your birthday? Even if you are angry, can you?" After everyone retreats, Yunlingi does not have the shelf of the general in front of Yunqi, but rather respectfully whispers to Yunqi sitting on the throne. Looking at his only son, Yunqi was angry. "How long has it been? I asked you to send someone to look for the 9 girls along the way, but you're good. If you don't send someone to look for them, you dare to fool your father. Go away. From now on, don't think it's Yunqi's son." Originally, since the last Cloud Dance said to go to the palace to see Dragon 3, did not come back to the Cloud home. Later, when asked, he said that Yunwoo and Nalong Shitsi were on their way to the college, and that the engagement that they had ordered was postponed. After hearing this news, Yunlingi naturally didn't say much. It's the honor of the Cloud family to be recommended by the royal family to the King of God Warrior Academy. However, the object is his youngest daughter, who is the weakest in Yunfu. I feel that it's just a pity. If it is to be another daughter, the future achievements will be. However, as soon as Yunqi hears the news from the palace, he feels something is wrong. He goes to the palace to ask Zhou Badian, but he is prevented from coming back because of the emperor's absence. In desperation, Yunqi can't make a big noise. He can only let Yunlingi send someone to catch up with him along the way to see what's going on. More than half a month has passed. Even if no one is found along the way, it's time to catch up with the King Warrior Academy. I thought I had news back. But Yunqi finds out that Yunlingi has never sent anyone out to look for him. The old man was so angry that his beard stood up. If it had not been for Murong's wife in the mansion today, he would have thrown off the birthday banquet early in the morning. It's no wonder that the 9 girls would be so disgusted with his son. He really didn't look like a father, and he didn't know anything about it. The old man who wanted to improve their father-daughter relationship was very angry. "Dad, the emperor has already said that he has sent people to escort them to the college. If there's anything easy to find, you can eliminate the fire. The emperor will come later. I don't care whether he comes or not. I warn you that if something happens to girl 9, I'll ask you. It's only her birthday today. I'll send her away immediately. I'm very upset." Yunqi is also very angry. He slaps on the table and leaves. "Dad." Yunlingi is at a loss. He really can't understand. Everything was fine yesterday. How could he suddenly burst into such a fire when he heard about the Cloud Dance? What's the point of Yunqi's favor for that sick little daughter? Thinking of Yunwoo's cold face and cold eyes, Yunlingi just can't like it. "Liyuan. This is the courtyard where Murong's wife lives temporarily, and also the place where Yunfu entertains guests. In the past half a month, apart from giving Yunling water acupuncture and massage, Granny Yao has been living in this courtyard. Since Yunwoo was sent to the college, she seldom said that she was wandering in the house. Because of Yunqi's orders, The servants of the third aunt's wife didn't dare to disturb, and Lu Yuan was quite quiet. Yun Qi leaves the living room in a huff. He is going back to his yard, but when he passes by the willow garden, he suddenly feels a change in the yard. Open the outer gate of Lu Yuan. As soon as Yun Qizai came near the yard, he saw a red figure in the yard. With a sharp eye, his brows suddenly wrinkled. Who are you? Why are you here? She looks like a woman in her mid-20s. She is dressed in red clothes, with long red hair, beautiful facial features, and a trace of fiery anger in her eyes. The first feeling is fire. The woman in red seemed to have known that he had come in, but she just glanced at him and disdained to scan him more. She leaned against the shade of the big tree in the yard with her hands on her chest. What a proud woman. Seeing her attitude, Yun Qi is not angry because he can't feel any fluctuation of power level from her. This shows that the strength of this woman should be compared with him, or even higher than him. It's just, how did this woman show up here? She's the old lady's guest. It's not very nice to disturb Brother Yun. At this time, mother-in-law Yao slowly came out of the house with the tea set. On that wrinkled face is that charitable smile. Feng Huang dangerously squinted at the medicine mother-in-law who came out, and said in a rather hot and arrogant voice, "Where is that girl? Today is my third chance. My patience is limited." Granny Yao seems to turn a deaf ear. She still walks to the stone table in the yard with a smile, puts down the tea set, pours water and makes tea. Feng Huang's patience is already in a state of tension, especially when she sees the dead old woman. Every time she is like this, the wind doesn't move. No matter how she threatened and warned, she would not let in oil and salt. She was as calm as water. She was so angry that she wanted to pinch the old woman's neck every time. However, now only this old woman can know the whereabouts of the girl with black face and purple pupil. And only that black-faced girl can exchange her son from that strange old man. This old woman can't be killed or moved. For several times, she was so angry that she almost wanted to kill regardless of the consequences. Of course, because she had been warned by Zhou Feiyu before, she finally took it as a last resort. But because of the reason that she has been enduring all the time, her temper has become more and more irritable. Hu Fengwangnu's angry hand flicked, a red light wind rolled up, and suddenly attacked the tea set just brought out by Granny Yao. Bang! Just knock over the tea sets. If you don't say it for a day, I'll make you restless. The cloud chi that one side has been looking at, the heart bottom trembles, the double eye pupil shrinks to see to the phoenix female, the eye bottom vigilance instantly rises. Just now that power fluctuation is not a human power. She is, what are you looking at? Believe it or not, I've dug your eyes. In Yunqi's sight, Fengwing's eyes are red and full of anger. Yunqi's body is full of qi, which is like facing the enemy. Are you Warcraft-like? In mainland China, Warcraft can only be transformed into human form if it breaks through the 9th level. According to the records, there is no Warcraft breaking through the 9th level in mainland China. However, in front of this woman, if it is transformed by Warcraft, it means that she has broken through the 9th level of Warcraft? How is that possible? You know, the demonic dragons they held underground in Yunfu are still not able to transform into human form. If the woman in front of them can really transform into human form Warcraft, what's the definition? Feng Wangnu sneered at Yunqi coldly, as if she didn't want to answer him. In this atmosphere, Granny Yao came with a sigh. Girl, I really don't know the whereabouts of the person you are looking for. Even if you kill me, I still have the same answer. However, I still advise you that this is the residence of General Yun and the imperial city directly under the jurisdiction of the Emperor of Mankind. Are you threatening me? Feng Huangve angrily glared into her eyes, and the fire under her eyes began to brush. At that moment, the temperature in the air, as if constantly soaring, the fire gradually out of her body cage. Fire system? Yun Qi narrowed her eyes and was shocked at the bottom of her heart. What a strong element of fire, as if, in the high temperature, the clothes on the body are about to spontaneous combustion, hot sweat straight up. Granny Yao looked at the Phoenix girl and shook her head. The girl misunderstood. Who dares to threaten you as a girl? What's more, I'm an old woman who has no power to bind a chicken. Only, the old woman wants to say that if a girl is angry, she can come at me. She doesn't have to annoy others. For her, even if she wanted to crush her into pieces, she would bear it because she wanted to find the black-faced girl. Well, don't give me the means of playing rogue. Today, I warn you again. If you still refuse to say it when I come back next time, I can't bear it. First kill your Murong family, then destroy the Cloud House. Finally, tear down your bones. I don't believe it. I can't force you to speak them. The angry words fall down. Feng Wangnu stares at Yunqi angrily. She is not entangled with these human beings. The red figure has jumped up, turned into a red light, and quickly disappeared in the air. That was... Yunqi can't help but turn her head and look at the medicine mother-in-law when the Phoenix girl leaves. She said helplessly, I heard that she is Phoenix, but I don't know why. I've been looking for a girl with black face and purple pupil. I think I know the girl's whereabouts, so I came here from Los Angeles. I'm really sorry to disturb Yunfu. At first, Granny Yao didn't know that Feng Huang had come after her all the way. Not long ago, she suddenly appeared and asked her about the girl's whereabouts. Purple pupil? However, as soon as Yunqi heard about it, his heart jumped for a moment, and a little bit of embarrassment swept through his eyes. Should not, is looking for that wench? After a whole day, Yunwu changed from the initial waiting to anxiety. She looked back at the situation in the cave from time to time. But I don't know if Hayo is on purpose. The entrance is filled with black fog and nothing can be seen. Until sunset, Yunwu suddenly smelled a strange aroma. The smell of the fragrance makes Yunwu feel very comfortable from the soul to the body. What worries Yunwu is that the fragrance is far away. At such a concentration, I'm afraid even the camp can detect it. Black fog broke a hole, Black Ao hand holding 2 pills to Cloud dance. Let him take these 2 pills. The black one is for the treatment of origin, and the purple one is for the treatment of soul. He used to use his strength to make up for the damage of soul, but it expanded a little. Good. Yunwu carefully finds a small white jade bottle and collects the pills. This time, you must not do it again during the recovery period. You warn that boy to commit suicide without death. Don't work hard all the time. With that, Hayo rubbed his forehead and said nothing more. He turned it into black fog and went back to the Chaos Hall along the body of Cloud dancing. Hayo, thank you. Yunwu realized that the refining of the pill consumed a lot of money for Hayo, and introduced the sound into the Hall of Chaos. However, I don't know whether Hayo went to rest or how, but Yunwu didn't get his response. Cloud danced silent smile, body hidden into the forest, not long to return to the camp. As she expected, the people in the camp were all agitated for the strange Danxiang just now. Xiao Wu, where have you been? Lao, who always felt that this Dan Xiang had something to do with Cloud dance, and tried to ask her. I went to the forest to find some herbs. The old wound on Longxi's body recurred. I have to treat it, said Xiang Yang hand, just picked off some herbs. Seeing this, Lao Hu said, well, did you smell anything special just now? Cloud dance Mao Guang Ashan, return away, have, probably is the superior officer is refining to solve poison for South Temple E. Oh yes, yes. There was no flaw in Yunwu's statement, so Lao Hu and others believed it. The main reason is that the strength of Yunwu and Longxi is already so high. If they are connected with refining medicine, it's too hard for them to believe. After dealing with Lao Hu, Yunwu returns to the tent. Long Qingxia is waiting for her soberly. Long Qingxia asked directly, little thing, what's the matter with Danxiang? Don't fool me with the trick of fooling outsiders. If I had some adventures when I came out before and I got some Dan prescriptions, and I could refine some Dan medicine, would you believe it? With that, Yunwu handed the white jade vase to Long Qingxia, looking magnanimous. In fact, if she is serious, she doesn't know what to explain to him. She can't say that she let the mysterious creature in the Chaos Palace, who was imprisoned in her sea of consciousness, be trained by alchemy? So, it's a casual explanation. Long Qingxia looks at Yunwu for a while. Suddenly he smiles and picks up the white jade vase. I believe everything you say. In the eyes of Long Qingxie's total trust, Yunwu's original magnanimous heart, but inexplicably pounding, not only did not slow down, but there was a trend of further acceleration. That pair of black eyes seems to contain the most touching love words in the world. Let the cloud dance involuntarily, deep in it. How much care does she have to care about such a disposition similar to her in order to achieve such complete trust? Long Qingxie seldom sees Cloud dance in such a trance. Without her consistent toughness, she has more tenderness than a girl should have, and her heart can't help softening. In fact, he knew that this little thing was hiding something from him, but it seemed that he could not extricate himself from her. Long Qingxie played with the bottle and asked Yunwu, "Little thing, the fragrance of the pill is too strong. Opening the bottle means telling everyone that the pill is here. What should we do?" Cloud dance a zheng. She only attend to let Long Qing evil early take medicine, unexpectedly is to forget this. Is Cloud dance bite lip to think of a way of time? Is a burst of Dan Xiang float? Although it was much worse than the Dan Xiang in her hand, there was a way to cover it up. Yunwu didn't expect that she just said that Shangguan had the fragrance of pills, but now it has come true. She took the white jade bottle, poured the elixir into Long Qingxie's hand, and urged him to take it as soon as possible. Long Qingxie raised his hand and took the two pills together without hesitation or doubt. He has proved his trust in Yunwu with practical actions. Remember, this time must not be shot again, otherwise, De Luo Jingxian can't save you. Cloud dance is not sure that this time Long Qingxie moves. Hayo will have a solution, but it's better to be careful. If you have nothing to do, I will not do it. Long Qingxie reaches out his hand and touches Yunwu's cheek, as if he can see Yunwu's original beautiful face through this ordinary young face. Yunwu was about to wave his hand, but now. Long Qingxie suddenly twisted his eyebrows, and the whole person curled up as if suffering a lot. Long Qingxie, what's the matter with you? Cloud dance was startled by the sudden situation and asked quickly. Long Qingxie's forehead exudes dense sweat in an instant, and the whole person's short film is just like being fished out of the water. The black hair was wet with sweat and stuck on the sideburns of Long Qingxie. With his pale face and the blue tendons on his neck, it looked scary. Little thing, no, can't you be fooled? Is it hard? Bear with it, and I'll help you. Cloud dance flurried with sleeves to wipe away the sweat for Dragon Qingxie, hand hurriedly to his wrist, in the heart of black proud to ask. Hayo, what's going on? It can't be like this. There won't be any problem with my medicine. Black Ao's voice also takes quite surprised. Obviously don't know why White Dragon pour evil medicine later instead so painful. Cloud dance heart suddenly a mess. Even Black Proud don't know what happened. She also how to help Dragon pour evil? Long Qingxie's lower lip was bitten and bleeding by him. His face was as pale as white paper. His lips were scarlet and looked very painful. He pulled out a twisted smile and said to Yunwu, Are you with mediocre? How do you learn to refine medicine? Stop talking and save your strength. I won't let you have an accident. After a short period of confusion, Yunwu calms down. She lays the dragon on the blanket and continues to talk with Hayo in her heart. Hayo, you must think of a solution. Hayo pondered for a long time before he said a word to Yunwu. There is no problem with my prescription, and there is no accident when I make medicine. It shouldn't have been, unless he had a rejection of the drug. Exclusion? That's right. His cultivation method is very strange, and it can even be said that it's evil. Besides, maybe he has some reasons that he didn't tell, and maybe it's because of that led to his rejection of this pill. His way of cultivation, Cloud dance, I heard him say. But what else did he hide? How to solve that? There is no choice but to see if he can survive on his own. If we take medicine for him now, it will only make his physical strength more confused. If he is careless, he will be killed on the spot. Killed on the spot? When Yunwu heard the last 4 words of Hayo, there was a buzz in his mind, and the whole mind was blank for a moment. Is she going to kill Long Qingxie? Damn it. For the first time, Yunwu hated her powerlessness so much. It was also the first time that she was so angry that she didn't understand this strange medical skill and the ability of alchemy. If she knew this strange medical skill and alchemy, maybe she could find his wound at the beginning, and practice the elixir for him at the beginning. If she knows alchemy, don't worry, little thing. Long Qingxia survived the first wave of pain, half closed his eyes and sighed, I believe you for my husband. If something happens, I won't blame you for my husband. Yunwu took back his mind and quickly found a towel to wipe the sweat on his face. He said in some confusion, Don't talk, I just forgot to say. The medicine of this prescription is a little strong, and it will be painful. Dan Feng didn't say it was so serious, and I didn't expect it. Long Qingxia, listen, you have to survive. Do you know that? Long Qingxia raised his hand to hold Yunwu's hand. He seemed to feel her panic and said with a smile, Don't panic. I can stand it. In such a short sentence, Yunwu's nose was sour. To tell the truth, she has never been a weeping little girl, and even in this life, there are very few things that can make her cry. But in front of this man, let her feel the fear of panic for the first time. I'm really afraid that he will die like this. I've been here all the time. I'll be with you. Just make it through. Cloud Dance blinked sour eyes, holding Dragon to poor evil, let him pillow on his leg, lie more comfortable. Well, I made money for my husband this time. Long Qingxia was like joking easily, but his voice line was mixed with painful trembling, which was obviously forced to endure. Cloud Dance's fist clenched for a while, but did not show, but carefully holding him. Soon, the second wave of pain came again. Long Qingxia only felt that he had been stuffed into a narrow space filled with filiform needles on the inner wall. The needle tip penetrated into his whole body along the sweat pores, and instantly penetrated him completely. He was so painful that he twitched all over, gritted his teeth, and kept silent. He didn't want to see the remorse and guilt in Yunwu's eyes. The pain of the second wave was longer than that of the first wave. Dragon Qingxia bit out several wounds on his lower lip, and the pain on his body was better. Yunwu reached out and touched the blood on Long Qingxia's thin lip. In the past, his blood was a poison to her, but when did she not reject his blood? On the contrary, I feel pain in my heart when I see his fragile side. Secretly took a breath, Yunwu took out the healing medicine from the space bracelet, carefully smeared the wound for him. Don't bite yourself. Bite this. Yunwu folded a clean towel and handed it to Long Qingxia. At this time, Long Qingxia no longer insists on man's face. If it's really painful enough to shout out, it's even more shameless. The rest of the time, I'm afraid, will be more difficult. Sure enough, when the third wave of pain came, Dragon Qingxia's eyes were red. The feeling of being put in the fire and the whole person being roasted makes the dragon feel miserable. For a moment, Long Qingxia even thought in a trance that he had turned into a pool of red-hot metal and melted into the sword-casting furnace. Wave 4, Wave 5. More and more painful feelings invade the weaker Dragon Qingxia. From night to day, when the smell of lunch came from the outside, Long Qingxia was already a little delirious. Long Qingxia? Long Qingxia, don't fall asleep, wake up. Cloud Dance, sleepless all night, looking at the man in his arms, seems to fall asleep. For a moment, he patted Long Qingxia's sweating cheek anxiously, for fear that he would fall asleep and never wake up. Fear of anxiety, fear of loss. Let Cloud Dance out of control for the first time. Long Qingxia, wake up. However, at the moment when Yunwu's mood was out of control, her black pupils turned purple instantly, and the strange purple pupils passed a strange purple smoke in an instant. All of a sudden, a few emerald green vines flew out of Yunwu's palm and quickly wrapped around the chest and abdomen of Long Qing Evil. Sudden changes, almost no one to respond to the opportunity. When the reaction came, Yunwu was startled by the change. This. She felt it for a while, and then found that it was a wicker vine growing from the strange branch on her abdomen. What's going on? The branch has not moved since it pierced into her body. How could it suddenly do this? I don't know if this thing will hurt Long Qingxia. As soon as Yunwu raises her hand, she wants to pull back those things, but she finds that the vines are broken and separated from her. Damn it! Yunwu's face changed, for fear that the sudden change would bring more crisis to Long Qingxia. But right now, Hayo's voice, which was rather startled, came suddenly. This boy is so lucky that he can be saved in this way. Yunwoo wants to pull those vines apart. What do you mean, Hyo? Hyo was silent for a while, and then he came to the right way. The vines stabilized his spirit and origin. It seems that he can survive. Is that true? However, Black Proud all say so, certainly can't be wrong. Yunwoo was relieved. After a long time of mental tension, such relaxation made Yunwoo feel empty. It's like a container filled with water. Before it burst, it empties the water suddenly, with a sense of comfort in exhaustion. Yunwoo felt Long Qingxie's sweat-wet black hair, with some fire elements in his palm. He dried his hair a little further away, so that he would not have to face such trivial problems as fever and headache. As Hyo said, those vines are really helpful to the dragon. Before long, Long Qingxie's breath was no longer as painful as before, but became peaceful. Yunwoo raised his hand and touched his forehead. Then he found that even he was sweating a lot with the dragon, and his clothes were soaked through. How long has this feeling gone? Now for this man? She alas. With a sigh, the cloud danced for the first time. There was a trace of softness in her eyes. Have a good sleep. Cloud dance touches the dry black hair of Dragon Qingxie, and the warm touch spreads from the palm to the bottom of the heart, ironing the heart. However, not long after Yunwoo's nerves relaxed, there was a sudden explosion outside. Cloud danced to Long Qingxie wipe sweat hand meal, eyebrows suddenly a wrinkle, in the heart had some bad premonition. She carefully removed the dragon from her leg. Out of the tent, you can see that somewhere in the forest is the location of the courtyard where Nangongji lives, with bursts of smoke. Uncle Hu, what's the matter? I don't know. Looking at the location, it seems that something happened there. Lao Hu is also confused, completely out of the situation. Cloud Dance gazes at the smoking place and says in his heart, it's true that one wave hasn't been leveled, and another wave rises again. She just wanted Lao Hu and them to see what was going on, but she saw that Long Qingxie, who was just sleeping, came out of the tent. Cloud Dance instantly frowned, face flashed a touch worried. What are you doing out there? Cloud Dance is almost subconscious to meet up. I just heard the explosion. What's going on? Long Qingxie seemed to move his hands and feet on his face. His face was just pale and covered with abnormal dark yellow. At this time, Lao Hu said, it seems that something has exploded over there. I don't know what happened. Long Qingxie and Ryun Dance supported her, looked at the place with a gloomy face, and finally said to Lao Hu, go and help me lead the animal horse. Cloud Dance hears speech, eyebrows twist up, immediately dissatisfied way. You body is not good, don't go to join in the fun, Nangongyi there's so many people in, still lack you eh? Little thing, even if I don't go, you will go, won't you? Don't worry, you go to return your favor, and I have something to solve. It's just right to solve it together. Long Qingxie tidies up his clothes. He is in a cold sweat. Fortunately, it's noon in midsummer, otherwise it's really hard. I didn't say I was going. Don't try to be brave. Then you'll go with me as if you were. The dragon tilts evil to pull the corner of the mouth way. Yunwoo knows that it's not a trivial matter to make Long Qingxie insist on going despite his physical problems. However, he has always been disgusted with Nangongyi, but this time he insisted on going. What is the reason? However, looking at him, Cloud Dance didn't ask much at last. After Lao Hu brought the beast and horse, they got on the horse and headed for Nangongji's residence. Along the way, Yunwoo has been paying attention to the dragon's evil situation. Although he had been acting normally when he left the camp just now, Yunwoo knew better than anyone that how long Qingxie could endure when necessary. Just because of the rejection of Dan medicine, Long Qingxie was in agony. The scene of nearly coma was still in front of him. How can Yunwoo easily believe that he has nothing to do now? In fact, Cloud Dance all the way to see Long Qing evil dark yellow cover face, has been unable to cover that more and more white, her heart also followed more tightly. Long Qingxie, stop first, you ride with me. Cloud Dance found that Long Qingxie's body shape was almost unpredictable and finally couldn't help it. He drove his horse close to him and didn't want him to support him. However, she said it too late. Before the voice of the cloud dance fell, the dragon fell from the back of the running horse. Long Qing Xie. Seeing that the horse's hooves are about to step on the dragon's head, Yunwu is really scared out of his throat. Cloud Dance face a change of moment, a raise hand, a fierce fighting spirit, abnormal fierce directly beat the beast horse fly out. If you feel bad, just tell me what to do with me? The cloud danced to get off the horse in a hurry. The angry voice scolded the dragon to pour evil. Long Qingxie took a few deep breaths, and his dizziness receded a lot. Then he pulled his lips to Yunwu as if he was powerless. Little thing, it's worth it to see that you are so nervous about your husband. Cloud Dance stares at him one eye. Long Qingxie is like this now, really can't fight, can't scold, let a person suffocate. I should let you be trampled on your head and see what's in your head. Cloud Dance denounced supported the dragon to pour evil to ascend own beast horse. You. Cloud Dance hesitated for a moment, and finally told, you hold me, don't fall again. Long Qingxie sits behind Yunwu and holds her flexible waist with his hands. He is very satisfied with this arrangement. Due to dragon's bad health, Yunwu didn't dare to put the speed of beast and horse too fast for the next part of the way. Fortunately, the camp was not far away from Nanganji's residence. They arrived soon. When you come to Nanganji's residence again, some people in Yunwu are not quite out of this place. Last time I came here, although it was simple, the place was neat and clean. But now, not only the temporary walls erected with trees have all collapsed, but also the wooden houses inside have become ruins. There is a huge pit in the middle of the yard. It seems that the explosion just happened there. Little 5, Dragon 4. Ling En, who is confronting others, sees the two people at the door at a glance, and the light of hope bursts out in his eyes. Cloud Dance looks at his that look forward to a vision to eyebrow wrinkly. South Palace, again caused what trouble? Cloud Dance's vision swept a circle in the yard and found that Nangong had been moved out of the house. He was lying on the couch in a coma, but his face was much better than when he was poisoned. It seemed that he had taken the antidote. On the other side of the yard, Ling En and his friends are confronted by some strange people in red who are wearing the mask of carving Warcraft totem. The big man in red also noticed Yunwu. He carefully looked at Yunwu and Long Qingxie. Make sure that one of the two is a thin and weak young man, and the other is sick after seeing it, and let go. He warned Cloud Dance and Dragon, don't mind your own business, boy. Yunwu is familiar with the big man's eyes. These idiots who judge people by their appearance really don't know if they were the same family 800 years ago, and their blindness will be inherited. Originally, because of the injured man around, Yunwu didn't intend to meddle in his business. However, at this time, the dragon has turned over from the beast, and Yunwu can only help him quickly. Little thing, I'm not so weak for my husband. Don't worry. I don't know whether in front of these people, Long Qingxie whispered in Cloud Dance's ear that his weak aura just now seemed to have some changes. Without the help of Yunwu, he walked towards the shabby place with a lazy posture. Seeing this, Yunwu didn't know what to say about him. At last, she could only follow him quickly. You boys, do you really want to meddle? As soon as the big man saw them coming, his eyes began to turn. What if I have to? Cloud Dance and Dragon pour evil into the courtyard. The purpose is clear and direct to Ling En's side. The big man looked hard and said, if you want to die, I'll give you a ride. Ling En and Shangguan looked at each other, but they didn't speak. Although Dragon Qingxie is still very weak, they have seen the strength of Cloud Dance. Beat the 4th level Warcraft alone. With such strength, the big man dared to shout at the Cloud Dance. He doesn't know who is going to die. Cloud Dance sneers, the eye ground sinks, extremely cold way. Send me a cheng to pour don't need, I send you a cheng. Your mouth is very hard, you boy. When I pull out your teeth one by one, I'll see if you can still have sharp teeth like this. The big man drew out his weapon and pointed to Yunwu, obviously to give her some color. Yunwu noticed that the big man's weapon was also treacherous, with the head of Warcraft engraved on the handle and strange patterns on the blade. Yunwu frowned slightly, turned his head, and his eyes fell on Ling En. Where do these guys come from? What does it have to do with Nanganji? We don't know. As soon as they came, they directly used explosives. It's a deadly routine. We have never seen them before. Ling In is always complaining. They are innocent of this kind of disaster, okay? Forget it. Anyway, just clean it up. Cloud Dance Indifferent said a word, also did not tangle in this problem. If these people can come to the door, it shows that there must be some reasons. However, all the people present did not seem to notice that when Long Qingxia saw the strange pattern on the blade, a golden light flashed away from his eyes. A certain kind of haze of air, from his eyes around, was suppressed like sync. And the cloud dance around him didn't seem to see his change. The big man didn't pay attention to himself when he listened to the cloud dance, so he was furious. Boy, I want to pull out your tongue too. At the end of the speech, the big man and the big knife had risen, and the fierce Chaoyun dance came. Yunwu looks calm. If you want to pull out her tongue, you have to see if he has this ability. At this time, no one pays attention to etiquette. The thin sword flashed in Yunwu's hand, and swept to the big man who kept shouting like a startled goose. The big man saw that Yunwu's hand was wrapped with a layer of magma-like color of the fine sword. He also looked awe-inspiring. Fire element? This kid, he doesn't use fighting spirit, but he uses elements. What's the matter? However, the big man seemed to have seen a big scene, and he began to be slightly surprised, and his attack speed increased instead of decreasing. The swords hit each other, the blades hummed, and a spark burst out of the crossfire. Boy, you really have some skills. It seems easy for the big man to say. But only he knew that the pain from the tiger's mouth fully showed that the dry boy in front of him would not fall behind. The cloud dances, the corners of his mouth are cold and slightly raised, the long sword in his hand passes quickly, and the flame brings a burnt black trace in the air. I have more than these skills. I'm afraid you will report to Yama before you finish reading it. As soon as the big man's face changed, he almost stepped back subconsciously to avoid the fatal sword. Damn, in full view of the public, a boy should make him so embarrassed, which makes him face. The big man is angry, but he bites hard. He's ready to fight again. But behind him a man stretched out a pale hand and put it on his shoulder. Step back, I'll come. That person's voice line is very thin. It sounds like someone pinches his voice to learn to sing opera. It makes people feel goosebumps all over. Yes. The big man seemed to be afraid of the man. Although he was not willing, he still stepped back. When the man with a sharp voice came out, Yunwu frowned slightly because she felt an obvious sense of crisis at the bottom of her heart. Few of the people she has met have made her feel this way. It can be seen that this man is definitely not simple. Little brother, we have nothing to do with you. If you leave now, I won't trouble you. Unfortunately, I'm not going to leave. The cloud dance listens to this person to speak all over uncomfortable, really has one kind of goosebumps to be lifted abruptly the feeling. It's enough for a man to talk like this. The man chuckled, his voice was coquettish and unspeakable. In the next Jade Snake, after the little brother died, he went to the palace of the King of Hell. Remember to tell the King of Hell who killed you. Cloud Dance to Jade Snake's view feels some funny, but also quite arrogant cold way. My name don't say, dead people remember my name is useless. After hearing this, the big man behind the Jade Snake laughed as if he had heard a big joke. This kind of arrogant words can be said quickly. It's really a kid who doesn't know how to live or die. And that Jade Snake also seemed to sneer a few, very arrogant. One side has not opened the mouth of Dragon Qing Evil. Looking at the Jade Snake, the fundus is very deep, but still not at ease to Cloud Dance. Little thing, be careful. This person is not simple. I'm afraid his strength is higher than yours. The breath of Dragon's Evil at this time is almost equivalent to non-existence. However, this does not hinder his aura at all. People around him still cannot ignore this man who is like a cheetah waiting for an opportunity to pounce. I don't know if I feel that there is something wrong with the man's breath around me. Yunwu's eyebrows are tightened. This man, this all when, still want to care about her, don't know oneself body can endure now. Inexplicable, in the heart came a gas. Isn't it just a snake? Are there few snakes killed these days? You go and have a rest. Cloud Dance said at the same time, handed Long Qingxie sick don't talk eyes, then led him back. Dragon Qing evil silent smile for a while, the bottom of my heart but some joy rise, this little thing, finally no to worry about him? However, in order not to let Cloud Dance distract, Long Qingxie returns to the crowd. He intentionally or unintentionally chose a position between Ling Yin and Shangguan, and looked at the nervous Shangguan. There seems to be something in that look. But people can't guess what it means. Boy, did you kill the snake? Hearing what Yunwu said just now, the voice of the jade snake cooled down. The voice of the sharp voice was a little lower, and it was no longer so ugly. Yunwu glanced at him and said, "Why, are they your relatives?" "Good, good." The jade snake even said 2 good words. A pair of pale hands shaking out of the sleeve, 10 fingers strangely soft bending, looks like 10 snakes. Although Cloud Dance looks cold and arrogant, in fact, it doesn't despise the enemy. In particular, Long Qingxie specially reminded her that she was naturally more alert. Today, I'll make you understand that snakes can't be killed easily. The jade snake's fingers were soft and moving, and its cold eyes were staring at the clouds. Cloud Dance looked at his eyes, always feel a little strange. It's like the cloud dances, the eye ground is 1 lin, almost at that moment, the fighting spirit in the body flows quickly in the meridians, the whole person has entered the highest fighting state. The solidifying power of fire element turns into magma surging on the thin sword. It seems to feel the master's fighting spirit and become excited. There is a moment of stagnation in the air. All of a sudden, Yunwu and Yusha almost shot at the same time. No one could tell who was the first and who was the second. Jade Snake didn't use weapons, but when Yunwu's fine sword stabbed him in the throat, his soft hands were strangely wrapped around Yunwu's fine sword. Since Yunwu changed this weapon, it was the first time that she was blocked by someone empty-handed. She was also surprised. Just the fire elements on her thin sword can burn ordinary people's bones into ashes. But now it seems that this strange guy is really not simple. Cloud Dance a hit not, petite body almost turned a circle in mid-air. With the rotation of the blade, the thin sword was pulled back from the jade snake's hand. Boy, you can use it all at once. The jade snake Nyangs fiddle with their fingers and listen in a soft voice. They wish they could find something to block their ears. It depends on my ability, it depends on whether you are qualified or not. Yunwu is not frustrated by what happened just now. Is her ability and her trump card something that this person in front of her can know? The jade snake squinted at Cloud Dance's stiff mouth. At that moment, Yunwu vaguely saw that the eyes of Jade Snake were moving together, and the pupil became a line. It looks like a real snake. I see how long you can be arrogant. Jade Snake sneered, no longer waiting for Yunwu's attack, soft as a snake, winding to Yunwu. A gust of wind came from behind the Jade Snake, and the cloud danced sensitively, smelling that there was a little fishy smell in the wind. It smells like diluted venom of a man-eating snake. Think of the Jade Snake's strange hands, and then look at the Jade Snake's voice. All kinds of ideas flashed in Yunwu's mind, and an incredible idea leaped out. In this light and flint, the Jade Snake is like a snake crawling in the air, in front of Yunwu. Boy, let's die. The Jade Snake's fingers are like soft white snakes, stretching out toward the cloud dancing neck. Yunwu's face changed slightly. Looking at the pink fingernails of Jade Snake, it's like seeing 10 snakes spitting out red letters. With a backhand sword, she rode to the root of the Jade Snake's 10 fingers. Before, she could cut off the cannibal snake and cut off the shell of the purple scorpion. But this time, she became a decoration on the Jade Snake again. Oh, you dare to show off in front of me, Jade Snake sneers. The pupil in the eye turns into a vertical line again. His 10 fingers softened and stretched, like a hunting snake, wrapped with a cloud dancing sword, and easily defused her attack. Yunwu didn't expect that Jade Snake had such ability. His mind flashed quickly, and he turned over his body again to drive the fine sword. But this time, she was hit by the Jade Snake and fell to the ground. Little 5. Long Qingxie suddenly took a step forward, but he was too excited to move. Shengguan and Ling Yin are staring at Yunwu with ugly faces. No one dares to be distracted. Everyone looked at the cloud dance lying on the ground, and they were disappointed. Can't cloud dance save him this time? Unknowingly, this thin boy who was looked down upon by them at the beginning. It turned out to be the one who was pinned on their hopes when they were in trouble. Lying on the ground, Yunwoo didn't know what others thought. She spat a mouthful of blood and stood up to look at the jade snake. "You're really like a snake." Cloud Dance can almost see now, confirmed that guess in her heart. "I'm afraid most of these people have more or less relationship with Warcraft." Before that big man looked like a human, but this jade snake, from the name to the appearance, and then to the way of hand. It's like a human snake. When Yunwoo said this, Jade Snake's body suddenly vibrated, as if it had been pinched to 7 inches. "I think you've been fooled by me." He turned into a pupil of a vertical line and turned around. Somehow, he turned round again. "No? Well, I'll peel your skin and see if it's a human or a monster." Cloud Dance obliterates the blood stain beside the lip. She feels what kind of look back. That relies on Ling and to support to stand not far long Qingxie. At that moment, 2 people's line of sight to go up, but who didn't open mouth. Yunwoo just closed her eyes slightly towards the dragon, and the dragon understood her meaning. For this non-human non-snake monster, Yunwoo must have a good idea. "Well, you cunning boy, I'll peel your skin first to make leather clothes." Under the fury of Jade Snake, her voice became more and more sharp. It sounded like scraping on the iron plate with nails, which made the people who heard it miserable. Yunwoo and Yusha had 2 short fights, and they already knew his means. Her wrist trembled and her whole body moved. Even the air was baked dry by the strong fire element. Even if you look at it nearby, you will feel that the air around the Cloud Dance becomes a little distorted, just like watching her through the fire. Jade Snake has always thought that he has the upper hand. This time it is hard to avoid big. But when he rolled his fingers like a white snake around Yunwoo's neck, Jade Snake's face suddenly changed. "This." Before he finished his words, the thin neck with 10 fingers curled up, just like the reflection on the water, faded down. When others saw this scene, they were all shocked. "Shadow? Is that the shadow? How is that possible?" The speed of Cloud Dance is so fast that deceived the remnant of Jade Snake. No one found out. This little thing is really getting more and more powerful. Long Qingxie looks at the cloud dancing behind the Jade Snake. His white lips are quietly raised, with a sense of indescribable pride. At the beginning, when she met this little thing, she was still a very weak existence. Only her identical temperament attracted him. Unexpectedly, accompany her all the way, so soon saw the cloud dance alone. Jade Snake noticed that the murderous air was surging behind her, the sweat on her neck was down, and her whole back was as cold as a piece of ice. He was also a veteran who had been through many battles. He didn't panic and immediately jumped forward. Jade Snake is soft as a snake. Its body is twisted. Instead of lying on the ground, it stops in mid-air like a snake standing up. Yunwoo had expected that Jade Snake was not so easy to clean up. The thin sword in her hand suddenly strengthened her strength at the moment when she found that the Jade Snake was moving. She attacked the Jade Snake with the ruthlessness of not stabbing the Jade Snake. "It's not so easy for me to die." Jade Snake waist twist into a twist, knee is still facing the ground, the upper body has been looking up to the sky to the clouds. His pupil turned into a vertical line again, and the little skin in the mask could see that a layer of snow-white snake scale was growing rapidly. Yunwoo's face changed slightly, and a strong sense of crisis rushed to the sky. She suddenly put the thin sword in front of her body, and could resist the Jade Snake's hands, which had completely turned into 10 little snakes. Among the Jade Snakes, they have completely turned into small snake heads. Those little snakes are snow-white, and their eyes are red. When their jaws are open, they can see the white fangs dripping venom like jade. Black fog quickly shrouded the whole body of Yunwoo, which has become a tacit understanding between Yunwoo and Hayo. Master-servant contract can let Hayo detect whether Yunwoo is in danger at any time, and these black fog are Hayo's reaction at the first time. To protect the master's life from being threatened is the highest principle of Hyo in the master-servant contract. Rao is Cloud Dance see Jade Snake now that pair of hand, can't help scalp numbness. Where are the hands? It's the nest of the individual snake. Boy, die for me. Jade Snake that pair of reptile-like snake pupil, with an excited look. The lower part of the body is also like the giant snake turning over, completely violating the human body condition, and the heel is touching the ground. Yunwoo can't hear what the Jade Snake is shouting now. Her eyes are full of the 10 venomous little white snakes. At the critical moment of life and death, the fighting spirit in the cloud dancing elixir field is like a volcano. Even the branch in her abdomen is red by the fighting spirit. The mysterious branch trembled in the belly of Yunwoo. All the fighting spirit unconsciously revolved around the branch a few times before leaving Dantian and heading for Yunwoo's meridians. And Yunwoo found that the fighting spirit around the branch after leaving was so pure that it was terrible. Originally filled with the fighting spirit of Dantian, when entering the meridians, they all became the red thread. If Yunwoo is transparent outside the body at this time, everyone can see that her meridians are very clear because of the red lines. Yunwoo doesn't have time to be surprised at such a strange situation. Her spirit, leading the pure fighting spirit around in the hands of the fine sword. What's that? The first one who exclaimed at the change of Yunwoo was Shangwan. He saw that Yunwoo's hand burst out a group of purple fighting spirit like Mars. And then, everyone present was stunned. The fighting spirit of purplish red? I saw that in the blink of an eye, those fighting spirit expanded, just like the silk thread on the spool, blatantly wrapped the sword tightly. And the next moment, Yunwoo had already been attacked by the scarlet sword towards the Jade Snake's hands. Jade Snake was caught off guard. He didn't have time to take back his hands. He couldn't help his thin sword. This time he broke his fingers. However, to Yunwoo's surprise, the 10 little snakes did not die as they left the palm of Jade Snake's hand. They are still in the forward position, and they are fighting fiercely towards the cloud. The speed is so fast that it hardly gives Yunwoo any chance to react. Cloud Dance's face flashed a trace of ugliness. For this situation, it was obviously unexpected. I want to escape, but it's too late. Dragon Qing Evil see this scene, heart a shrink, that pressed the hand on Ling En's shoulder, suddenly a clench. The moment will Ling En pinch to show teeth. See, he that is quite pale handsome face, brush once put on matchless sharp, foot a move, at Long Qing Evil want to force hand of time. Shwa! A silver-like moonlight figure suddenly appear, with the speed of lightning, in the twinkling of an eye came to Yunwoo body. Cloud Dance only felt the white shadow in front of her eyes. Then, a white sleeve brush brushed past her, and she walked around her body 2 times, carrying a full sleeve breeze. When Yunwoo fixed his eyes, I saw that the elegant figure in white, an assassin's air swept, a swing sleeve, just the 10 little snakes' body fell to the ground, stiff to death. Are you all right? A very gentle and comfortable voice came. Cloud Dance looked at the familiar white gauze hat, the familiar figure, if not a little surprised. It is absolutely false. This person is not others, it is the poisoning coma for a long time Nangong-yi. Just, didn't expect Nangong-yi can wake up at this critical moment. And look at his hand just now, with the breath on his body at this time, it seems that he is not only poisoned, but also improved a lot. What's going on? However, at this time Cloud Dance did not ask, should be, I'm okay, thank you. Under the white dosha, Nangong-yi seems to be relieved. Then he says gently, if you're okay, I'll be at ease. Don't worry? What can he rest assured of? Hearing his words, a strange feeling surged into Yunwoo's heart. She's a teenager now. He should not know him. How can you listen to him as if he had something to do with her? Did he recognize her again? Cloud Dance can't help but frown. However, at this time, a sharp voice suddenly sounded. Nangong-yi. Jade Snake didn't expect to kill Nangong-yi, Qing Yaojin on the way. She immediately hated her teeth. It's not long since Nangong-yi just took the antidote. Has Shangguan's ability of refining medicine improved? You have the courage to show up in front of me. Nangong-yi's white clothes brushed by, and then he turned his hand. He lost his hand behind him with one hand. His whole body was up and down, and his clean and gentle manner didn't seem to have changed at all. It's harmless. However, in my heart, it seems to exude a profound attitude. For a moment, there is a strange sense of oppression. Nanganji, you give that boy to me and we'll go back to the bridge and the road. The jade snake glared at the cloud. This jade snake seems to be a little afraid of Nangang-yi. As he says this, he takes back his hands that have lost 10 fingers, but the cross-section is as smooth as a mirror. The eyes under the white gauze of Nangang-yi seem to flash some kind of streamer, still calm and gentle way. I'm afraid it won't work. If you want someone else, I may be able to give it to you, but she can't. This sentence suddenly narrowed Long Qingxia's eyes, and a sharp light flashed. It seemed that he heard something from Nanganji's sentence. The cloud dance standing behind Nangang-yi frowned even more. Did Nangang-yi recognize her this time? But her dress was almost perfect. How could he recognize it? The jade snake eyes forbearance, staring at the South Palace snake pupil gradually restored the human round pupil. He sank his breath, pinched his throat and said falsely, "Young Master Nangang, you should know our identity. Do you want to be the enemy of our Lord in this Warcraft forest?" For Jade Snake's false kindness and true threat, Nangang-yi just smiles. However, this time, it was not just a gentle opening but rather a cold way. For the enemy? It seems that you are the first to fight against me. At the beginning, I didn't understand why you wanted to poison me, but now that you are killing people and robbing drugs, I seem to understand something. Nangang-yi stands with a negative hand and looks down at the guilty jade snake. He continued, "You should be the people who were expelled from the sect, right? Because I can't get the antidote, I think of poisoning others to find the antidote, or the person who makes the medicine." With that, Nangang-yi looks at Shangguan, who has never had any sense of existence. His eyes are meaningful, which makes Yunwu and Longqing feel that Shangguan should have other problems in this matter. I'm really worthy of being the son of the national teacher. As soon as I woke up, I saw things so thoroughly. The jade snake said sarcastically, but the next second he frowned and asked thoughtfully, "Or do you think about it long ago?" "No matter when I think of it, jade snake, the person who poisons me and now wants to kill me again, do you think you should give me an account?" Nangang-yi's face is covered in the white hat, no one can see his expression. However, his voice, which was always warm and clear, could clearly express his meaning. When Yunwu heard that, "my man," he suddenly felt his head was big. Damn it! Did he recognize her? Subconsciously, the clouds and ghosts turned to look at the dragon. Sure enough, Long Qingxia is pulling up his lips and looking at Nangang-yi with dangerous eyes. Yunwu cleared her throat. But this small cough, but at this time, attracted the attention of the whole audience. "Nanganji, since this man has a grudge with you, can I go with my brother?" Yunwu looks at the ugly dragon Qingxia from time to time. Seeing his green and white face, he doesn't know whether it's because he is weaker or because he wants to fight more with Nangang-yi. However, no matter which one, she can't let dragon Qingxia continue to stand here. Before Long Qingxia was rejected by the drug, he was still in pain. Yunwu was not at ease. Nangang-yi wants to stop Yunwu. Just at this time, Yusha refuses to suffer. "Boy, do I allow you to go?" "Today, even if Nangang wants to protect you, I won't let you leave so easily." Jade Snake has some status in the clan. Even if he is expelled from the clan now, he is so embarrassed by Yunwu, an unknown young man. How can he swallow this tone? Cloud Dance steps meal, cold-faced to see Jade Snake. "What are you going to do?" Jade Snake conceded, "I have a debt to Nangang Gongzi, and I don't plan to make it difficult for you. As long as you leave 10 fingers, I'll spare your life." Yunwu's look at Jade Snake is like looking at a fool, and it's the kind of looking for death. Suddenly, a laugh came from the side, not giving Jade Snake any face. Jade Snake suddenly turned to look at the source of laughter, and saw the sick man holding Nangang-yi's bodyguard, laughing and being arrogant. In fact, Jade Snake noticed him from the appearance of Dragon and Cloud Dance. "Are you with this boy?" Although the dragon Qing evil conceals very well, it still can't hide. It seems to be born with arrogance and domineering. Looking at the laughing dragon, the jade snake didn't dare to move. It's impossible for him to kill under Nangong Yi's hand today. If he can't kill such a dangerous person, he'd better not provoke. Long Qingxia laughed too much and coughed a few times. After a slow breath, he returned to the jade snake. If I were you, I would kill myself on the spot, so as not to suffer in the future. When the dragon was talking evil, he walked across the jade snake to Yunwu. It seemed that he didn't see the jade snake in his eyes. He was very proud. Originally, the jade snake wanted to be tolerant, but he didn't bear the tone. His pupils were trembling, round and slender, and his mood was extremely unstable. There is still some weight in Nangong's words. What are you? Dare you give me such an order? It's just a young man dressed as a hunter. Even if he really has a card, can he be better than Nangongji? You like to call yourself something, but don't take me with you. I'm just giving you good advice. It's up to you to listen or not. Dragon Qing evil mouth slightly young, said with a smile. However, it seems to be a little tired after taking these steps. It's natural to hold Yunwu's shoulder and deliver most of the weight to Yunwu. The weight of the shoulder pressure down, let Cloud Dance understand, Dragon Qing evil at this time is not as usual, but really tired, then did not refuse. No one found that their interaction, looking into Nangong Yi's eyes, made the handsome face covered up under the white yarn more slightly heavy. Jade snake a pressure in the heart, double pupil eventually into the snake pupil of the gloomy. Mr. Nangong, I intend to show you some respect and return the suffering you have suffered. However, your people don't seem to appreciate it. Long Qingxia sneered coldly, and his voice suddenly sank down. It said that snake eyes are not easy to use. It seems to be true. Which eye do you see? I'm Nangong Yi's man? Oh. Jade snake smell speech, suddenly strange smile, to South Palace way, South Palace child, since he is not your person, that you also won't stop me? Nangong Yi's gentle voice said coldly, do you think it's possible? The jade snake's eyes were stiff for a moment, and the eyelids with some scales twitched. That pair of strange snake pupil turns around, it looks like a real poisonous tongue planning to attack human beings. At this time, the big man suddenly came to the jade snake and whispered a few words to him. When he spoke, he was still looking at the Shangguan. I don't know what the big man said, but it should be very important. Even the jade snake who wanted to revenge had thought about it for a long time. Well, I can let them both go, but you have to give me the Shangguan. 1 for 2, young Master Nangong, are you not at a loss? One side of the Shangguan smell speech, face suddenly changed, eyes have several can't check a fluster, he stares at Nangong Yi, for fear that he really so promised down. After all, Nangongji's unusual closeness and attention to Xiaowu was felt by everyone present. However, Nangong Yi listened to Jade Snake's wishful thinking, but he chuckled a few times. In the gentle laughter, there was an obvious contempt. Jade Snake, you poisoned me, hurt my men, almost killed my people, and now you still tell me you're good? After that, Nangong Yi doesn't care what the Jade Snake does. Wenxing says to Yunwu, you can take Longxi and leave first. I'll deal with the rest. Nangongji, I remember your kindness. However, you need to remember that Xiao Wu is not from you, but from my family. Long Qingxia's eyes fell on Nangong Yi's face. The corners of his mouth were slightly sketched, like a smile, but not a smile. The hands around the clouds tightened a little. Yunwu is like a cheetah to the dragon. She is very speechless about guarding her territory all the time. However, compared with accepting Nangongji's unfounded kindness, it's also a good thing to let Longqingxi come forward and draw a clear line. Moreover, today's matter, also calculate she returned South Temple E originally that save a life of grace. Nangong Yi frowned for a moment, but the next moment he resumed his gentle way. Whose is Xiao Wu? It's her decision. You don't look very well. You'd better have a rest first. Is it? Long Qingxia's eyes began to narrow slightly. The faint smell of gunpowder seemed to be gradually clear and audible. Well, let's go. It seems that you can handle things here yourself. At this juncture, Yunwoo really doesn't want to see the conflict between Longqingxi and Nangongji, and also doesn't want to see any complications. Maybe it's because of Nangong Yi's attitude. Although Jade Snake doesn't look good, it doesn't stop Yunwoo and Longqing. Only unwilling to watch them leave. Everyone's attention is focused on Nangong Yi and Jade Snake. No one finds that before Longqingxia leaves, he exchanges a look with Shangguan that only knows each other. When Yunwoo helps Longqingxia to go out, he hears that Yusha is still trying to argue with Nangongji. Mr. Nangong, although you are poisoned, we also know that someone will detoxify you. Why take this matter to embarrass me? What did Nangong Yi say later? Yunwoo didn't hear it. However, when she and the dragon were ready to leave, there was a howl in the courtyard where Nangongji lived. What Yunwoo doesn't know, however, just before, when she and Jade Snake started the fierce variation of fire element, she was on a small mountain road thousands of miles away. A dirty, muddle-headed little man, who was chasing a little pig, suddenly felt something. Suddenly stopped. That pair of round big eyes looked in a certain direction. All of a sudden, Mama Aowu. He raised his head and whined excitedly. Little Stink was so excited that he learned from other animals recently, and it was, ouch. A few words to express its excitement. Then, no matter what happens, I will go straight to the South Warcraft Forest and continue its long-distance search for relatives. If the Fengwang knew that her son was not in the hands of the mysterious old man in the early morning, but because she was searching for the clouds along the way, she learned a lot of strange calls from Lower Warcraft. I wonder if she would be so angry that she would vomit blood. Of course. At this time, Fengwang naturally did not know, because at this time, she had just heard from some people in the market. Today's queen eyes will turn purple. No matter whether it has something to do with the black-faced girl or not, as long as she has purple eyes, she won't miss one. Inside the palace. In the back hall, the Queen Shuelyo's face was gloomy and sinister. Did you find anyone? A gloomy voice asked the man in black below. Back to the master, my subordinates have sent people along the way. They have sent people to inspect all the checkpoints and look for them all the way. However, there is no trace of those two people. Could it be that the Queen's bodyguard sent them to? After that, the man in black didn't finish. Shuelyo squinted slightly, his voice was cold, and he was obviously angry. If the palace sent out those wastes, if they could really make people, they would still not see a person back now? The man in black immediately bowed his head, rather afraid. My subordinates immediately send more people, live to see people, die to see corpses, please rest assured. Snow Willow cold however, poor also calculate quite noble of say, next time if again like this without success, then don't have to live in this world. It's the master. Okay, next. However, Shuelyo's words are not finished. Suddenly, eyes suddenly brush a cold, originally lying on the soft couch figure, suddenly up a flash. That's fast. It's fast. Let's still half kneel on the spot of black dress person. All too late reaction come over. When the reaction comes, where is the trace of the Queen Shuelyo in the whole palace? What's going on? People in black are still confused. On the other side, after leaving the war-torn land, Yunwoo and Longqingxi rode on the same beast and horse. At this time, Longqingxi embraces her waist and sticks to her cheek like a coquettish dog. Little thing, what do you think that Nangongji is? Who is it? Is not the son of the national teacher, who can be? However, just saw that Jade Snake, seemed to know that South Palace, moreover, still some familiar. Before, Xiaoqing, the little boy, said by accident that his son seldom went out. How does this person who seldom goes out know Jade Snake? It seems intriguing what happened. But, I don't care who Nangong Yi is. It's you. Stop nagging and save your strength. After Yunwoo said that, he drove his horse toward the camp. Longqingxia, listening to the cloud dance, divides Nangongji into outsiders. He is very comfortable. Cloud Dance Heart is puzzled to the dragon. Poor evil asked, before in the camp, let you rest is not willing to, life and death have to strong support over, But see, you did not do anything in the end. Why? It's strange that Long Qingxie has no objection to their leaving like this. Who said I didn't do anything? Little thing, your eyesight is not enough. You have to practice more. Yunwu wanted to ask again, but felt that it was meaningless, so she had to give up. Until he could see the camp, Yunwu asked the dragon without warning, "You said that Nanganji was so abnormal just now, would he recognize us?" Otherwise, she really can't explain Nangong Yi's strange intimacy and maintenance way. To recognize something, I think he just wants to attract a new bodyguard with good strength. Long Qingxie, who had guessed this for a long time, opened his eyes and told lies. He knew more than Yunwu. Nangong Yi just woke up. Why didn't he kill those people directly, but wasted that long time, and finally urged Yunwu to take him away? In the final analysis, it's just because they see through their identities and want to leave an image of a graceful gentleman in front of Yunwu, which is opposite to his dragon's evil. That man, he's very clever. Cloud Dance sighed low head. Examine the dragon Qing evil, that pair of sharp and unpredictable black eyes. Long Qing's heresy and lies are justified, and he doesn't feel guilty when he looks at Yunwu. He crooked lips evil smile way. Small thing, don't see for a while for husband to give up? Cloud Dance took a deep breath and warned himself that for the sake of Long Qingxie's weakness, he was too lazy to care with him. When they got close to the camp, they found something was wrong. The camp was empty and eerily quiet. Uncle Hu! Cloud Dance sat on the horse and yelled, "Empty camp," only the sound of bonfire burning, but no one responded to her cry. The cloud danced and smelt the smell of the air, and his face sank. Someone's been drugged. Go down first. Dragon Qing Evil Eye Sun early swept a circle around, language falls, patted Cloud Dance's waist side, oneself took the lead to get off animal horse. Today, it's almost evening, and the light in the camp is getting dim. They walked side by side in the camp where no one could be found, back to back and silent. It seemed that they had reached a tacit understanding. It's natural to give each other back. Dragon tilts evil side ear to listen to, suddenly say to Cloud Dance, "Go to tent to have a look." Yunwu didn't feel murderous. She wanted to ask what he found, but when she walked into the tent, she knew what was going on. The snoring in the tent relieved Yunwu and Long Qingxie, but also made them laugh and cry. When they lifted the curtain of the tent, they saw that all the people in the camp were stacked up and forced into the tent. Long Qingxie looked at the 1,000-layer cake-like pile of people and sighed, "It's really not easy. They can't wake up like this." Cloud Dance carefully looked at the situation of a few people leaning on the periphery, shrugged his shoulders. The amount of overpowering drugs is very large. It should be that after we left, someone came to take them. They should have made that jade snake. Long Qingxie held his chin and speculated, their group, the strongest, is the jade snake. If the people on this side of the camp go to the rescue, it will be very difficult for them. Yunwu took out some powder of the antidote, poured some in the palm, brushed his hand, and spread the powder directly. "Let's go out. They'll wake up in a minute." They left the tent and sat down in the camp, thinking about what happened today. Do you know anything about that clan? It turns out that Long Qingxie is the one who monopolizes the commerce of the three kingdoms. He certainly has a lot of news. Yunwu asked casually, while fiddling with the campfire with a long branch. Probably because she is good at using the fire element. For those lively Mars, Cloud Dance has a kind of inexplicable love. Long Qingxie hasn't had the feeling of physical overdraft for a long time. Today, he finally experienced it. The whole person exudes sleepiness from his bones. He did not say a word, then directly pillow Cloud thigh to lie down, and then said, "I just heard some. There are numerous sects in this continent, all kinds of them. And in the Warcraft forest, there is also a mysterious sect that only exists in the rumor." The mysterious sect in the rumor? Smell speech, Cloud Dance pick eyebrow, done next hand dial fire action. Tell me what's special about it? Cloud Dance asks at the same time, the hand falls on Long Qing Evil's slender and powerful neck, want to try to see if he has the sign of fever. After I left my hand, I found that it was cool there, so I put it there all the time. Do you remember what I told you about the origin of Shangguan? Long Qingxia is like a big cat touched by the hair. He squints his eyes and is very helpful to the action of cloud dance. The origin of Shangguan, plus the jade snake, which is not human, not snake, like a monster, a guess flashed in Yunwu's mind. Do you mean that Clan Man also wants to combine with Warcraft? It can be said that, but there are also some rumors that the clan was founded by the younger generation who escaped from the Shangguan's family. Isn't there a curse? And they built this kind of clan? It's hard for Yunwu to believe such a statement. As far as she is concerned, shouldn't she hate the people who do this kind of thing all her life, and wish she could kill all these lunatics? Little thing, your mind is still a little too simple. Do you think everyone is like you and me? People have too many expectations and weaknesses. Those who are not strong enough and cannot become strong will want to find other ways to solve their own difficulties. Long Qingxia turns over and lies on his back. Yunwu's hand just touches his throat. The fragile throat bone is exposed in her hand. As long as Yunwu makes an effort, maybe he can break his neck instantly. However, it seems that he doesn't care about it. What do you mean? Cloud Dance frowned. They want to use other people to do the experiment of combining human and Warcraft to find a way to save themselves? Yunwu's palm just feels the strong and powerful pulse of Long Qingxia. When he talks, he can share the vibration of his vocal cords. That feeling is very strange, as if with the fit of the skin, two people can also shorten the distance between each other a lot. To be honest, I don't know for my husband. I'm afraid all the news that the world knows now is just hearsay. I believe few people know the real situation except the people of that sect. However, what you say is similar to what I guess in my heart. Yunwu is lost in meditation. How many monsters like Jade Snake are there in the Warcraft forest? Little thing, what are you thinking? Are those who choose to become monsters really stronger? Yunwu asked suspiciously. She thought of Jade Snake, who could not be said to be human completely from voice to body or even temperament. If you can get a quick promotion for a while, you will be trapped in the same place in the future, and you will never be able to improve your strength again. Said Long Qingxia, holding Cloud Dance on his throat hand, staring at her inexplicably asked, "Little thing, you are so curious about this problem, you do not want to try it?" Long Qingxia can see and feel Yunwu's desire for strength all the time. If this little thing really has this kind of thought, he must let her break it as soon as possible. Bullshit, I'm not interested in being a monster. Cloud Dance, White Dragon Qing, Evil One Eye, draw own hand back. If you want to be strong, just give it to your husband. Don't think about the cultivation methods that don't follow the right path. When Long Qingxia talks, his eyelids are slightly closed, and the light under his eyelashes is deep and difficult to understand. It seems that this topic has another meaning for him. But his emotions come and go quickly. Speaking of that, it's time for us to leave. Say, Long Qing Evil affectionately rubbed on Cloud Dance's leg for a while, with eat bean curd no different. Yunwu's face turned red and he almost slapped his head open. You'd better wait until your injury is healed. Yunwu thinks that Nenganji's poison has been solved, and all the human feelings she wants to return have been returned, and she doesn't want to continue to waste time here. However, Long Qingxia's physical condition is not suitable for going deep into the Warcraft forest at this time. Cloud Dance now owns strength, even 5-level Warcraft can't deal with. If meet higher-level Warcraft than this, still want to let the dragon pour evil to work hard for her. No, we'll go back to the small town outside the forest to supply some things. This time will be enough for me to rest. You can even fall off your horse. Are you sure you're okay? Dragon inclined evil teeth, a word jump way. No matter. Well, you said it would be okay if it was okay, but before that, you'd better ride with me, lest you break your brain again, and I have to pay medical expenses and take care of you. Is this a deliberate concern? Long Qing Evil smell speech, don't know should gas or should smile. I can't remember the handsome appearance of this little thing, but I can remember these shameful things clearly. However, the heart is inexplicable some sweet. At least, this little thing finally began to care about him in his mouth. After making a decision, Yunwoo and Long Qingxie rode away on the beast horse that went to Nangong Yana today. They didn't wait for others to wake up and say goodbye. It's their own business whether we can go or not. From the other direction out of the Warcraft forest, two people just entered a still lively town. It's all dark and full of stars. I blink my eyes and curiously look at the people on the ground who gather here for various reasons. Yunwoo originally thought that the dragon was going to buy some necessities of life, especially food and clean water. However, he did not look at those things. Instead, he took her to a pharmacy. Before entering the door, Yunwoo only had time to take a look at the sign of the pharmacy. Medicine Pavilion. The two simple characters complement each other with the name given by the owner. The young man in green standing on the outside of the counter raised his eyelids and looked at the person entering the door. He found that it was a sick man with a pale face and a skinny boy. After that, he didn't even bother to give a voice, so he leaned back to the counter to make up for his sleep. Long Qingxie didn't respond to the young man's attitude. He just went to him and asked, "Where is your manager?" Green dress small as I wrinkly paw a still take the face of sleepy idea to stand up, have no good way. The shopkeeper is busy, you have something to say with me. Long Qingxie's eyes were slightly cold, and he said to the young man in green, "What I want to say, you can't be the master. Let your shopkeeper come out." You're tuning in to the Passion Pages YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.